on. Hey, welcome everybody to the Fat Guys on a Little Podcast. I'm your co-host, Steve Market. Always joined by
Charles here.
Now, Charles's golden pipes are a little sore today, so you may not hear him as much. But to cut the slack and to really start talking, Holly is back. How you doing, Holly?
Good.
All right, excited.
Super talkative. Good.
Yeah, I know. She's really going to pick up the slack there.
Yeah.
But before we get to Holly, and Holly always has a lot to say.
Whoa.
We got to send out a congratulations, Holly, because if we don't, there's a little munchkin driving a giant truck that'll get pissed off at us.
To who?
My wife, Michelle Markey, Holly's mother, this Wednesday.
She's pregnant?
Oh, yeah. No.
Congratulations, Michelle, Steve. Holly, you're going to have a little brother, sister.
She's not pregnant, but it is going to be her birthday this Wednesday. She will be 44 years old. We did celebrate today.
She might not want
time
people
to-
to know that part.
Tough shit.
It's time to re-up for a younger model.
Yeah, no, we got to give you a... So congratulations. You want to say happy birthday to your mother?
Happy birthday, Mom.
Oh, and she waits.
She's not even watching.
I know. Yeah, she's at Dad's house.
She's not going to
now.
listen to this either, so it doesn't
For her birthday celebration, somehow Michelle's birthday celebration turned into like half a week, right?
It's a chick.
It's so long.
Yeah.
Chick things
So
become
today,
like a whole thing.
we always go to the Cheesecake Factory for her birthday. Now, before I went to the Cheesecake Factory, as people who listen to the podcast know, I do. I have type 2 diabetes. So
We're going to test that today.
we're going to test it out today. And I already ate a piece of cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory. It was the pineapple upside down cheesecake. It is absolutely to die for. It's the best cheesecake.
I would argue there's not many bad cheesecakes at the Cheesecake
no, it really
Factory.
isn't. No,
My mom didn't like the banana one.
Yeah, something about the banana one.
It was
she
too
didn't
close
care
to having actual like nutritional value.
Yeah. No, for some reason that woman loves bananas. She's a big banana fan. So the Cheesecake Factory, and I will say right now, and I was gonna let it slide, but what was our waiter's name? Gary.
I don't know.
How do you know a waiter's name?
Because he was god awful.
Oh.
It was not good.
Or a
shitty
salad,
service?
didn't get the salad.
Well, let me tell you something. Like the Cheesecake Factory, it's always booyah, no matter what time, no matter what day.
Wasn't busy.
Oh.
We go at 11, so we know.
Oh, okay. So
We
you
go
go as soon as they crack the doors on the
Yeah,
place.
Yeah.
we're like running in.
Because I'm like, yeah, like cheesecake. Every time I go there, 45 minutes. Like,
I think
really?
it's
They just got an expansion added
They
to
added
it,
a
though.
section to them.
That doesn't surprise me. I'll be honest with you.
I'm surprised it took this long.
When they hand you that menu and it's 72 pages long,
Yeah.
it's like, geez.
I had the truffle honey chicken. It's basically fried chicken with mashed potatoes and asparagus. It was pretty
But
good.
it's got a little seasoning, truffle seasoning.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And,
I tell you what, I've never had a bad experience at Cheesecake.
Holly, what do you highly recommend? What do you get?
What was it called? It's just like this Mexican
Tortilla
salad. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like a big
It's,
giant
like I
taco
said,
salad.
that book is full of some gems. Boy, I'm telling you, man. Cheesecake
I
Factory is
really,
delicious.
I don't think I've had a bad meal there. Have you?
No.
Nah, yeah.
You'll go back even though they had shitty service because you're.
Oh,
gonna
of
go
course.
back.
I just hope I don't get that guy again. Okay, so now Holly's on the podcast, and this is coming to the end of summer now.
Yeah.
And there was a big life-changing event
Huge.
last Monday. And what was it, Holly? What did you go to?
I went to the Shawn Mendes concert.
Now, what is the name of his concert? It's a lot of.
And what's the name of the tour, rather?
Shawn Mendes, the tour.
It's just it isn't like the Love from Japan tour or whatever it
It's
is.
Lost in Japan. That's the song, not the. No.
But he usually they name the tour.
The album is named Shawn Mendes. He named the album. It's
so
Shawn Mendes. Shawn
pretentious.
Mendes.
So uncreative.
So Sam Mendes was
Sam Mendes.
now this was at the Little Caesars Arena, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now tell him who took you.
My mom, and then I went with my best friend.
Now you've been raring for this since like the winter. So this
I
is
wanted to
all-
go to this for
This
a year.
was her Christmas gift last
Yeah.
year. And
I've
now
waited
it
for a
finally
year.
paid off. Oh, cool air. I like that. Felt that.
Shut up.
But
Steve's extra sweaty today.
so your mom took you. Now, what did you guys do for parking? Tell them that
For
one.
parking, we went to this bar called Nemo's, and you like
you
park.
take a bus, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you-
Why'd you do that?
Because it's $3.
Oh, okay.
The parking structure
It's
connected.
$45.
$45 if you park.
Make
by
you
it.
pay it. It's your concert.
Nope. Because me and my friend were free for the bus, and my mom just had to pay $3 for hers, and they take us there and back.
Oh, good.
And then
You don't have to wait in line.
I know what
There's no-
Nemo. They do all that downtown. Yeah.
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 So
It's a rickety old bus though. It's
yeah.
like an old school
but it
shorty
was, it
bus.
was pretty fast, and it was
Good
a
for
lot.
you.
It was easier to get out, and my mom was not stressed.
Good. All right, that works out. Nothing better than when the parking works out when you go downtown. There's nothing
Yeah.
better than that.
So tell them about the merchandise line. So, or what
Oh.
time did you
Well,
get there?
now your aunt, because we're pretty OG concert people here. She'll immediately when we get in, we don't have assigned seats on a lot of our smaller venues we go to, so I'll secure a spot being a big ogre, and your aunt will go and immediately hit up the swag line. Is that what
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah, I went. Me and my friend both.
With a
We got
fistful
into
of dollars.
we got
Yeah.
in two
Yeah.
separate
Proud.
lines to see which line would go faster.
Oh, that's a pro
And
move.
then my mom went and bought like drinks, and then
They got bottomless drinks there? What do they
no,
got?
you have
Oh,
to pay
man, I love
five.
that.
You have to pay
Tell-
$5.50 for a water bottle, and they take your lid. Like you can't have the lid, and then it's $6.50 if you want a fountain drink.
But so it's just a la carte. You
3
want another fountain
waters
drink?
cost
bring-
Michelle $18.
Wow. Welcome to concert venues, man.
So I waited in line for over an hour, and I wanted this one hoodie really bad, and I was as soon as
You
we,
waited in line. Wait, the swag line was an hour?
Yes.
over an hour.
All these little girls ran for the merch.
There was
Holy cow.
There was 4 tables.
That's
and
impressive, man. He must make a mint.
They were all 4 tables, and they were all over an hour long if we had to
Wow.
wait. And I knew they were gonna be sold out of the one I really wanted, so I was already sad. And I was like,
What's the one you really wanted?
it was a hoodie with him on it on 2 sides, and then it
in,
had
in a tank top. He's always wearing a wife beater tank top. Was he wearing a wife beater?
in one of them, yeah.
Yeah,
the
he
one,
always is.
The one he's wearing a hoodie on the back, and the one it's him in.
He's a hoodie on a hoodie. That's so meta. Oh my god, hoodie on a hoodie.
But I really wanted that hoodie, and then when we got to the front, everything was starting to get like sold out. They didn't have
Okay.
any large.
What size hoodie do you buy?
I like larges, but they only
They
had
must be
mediums
massive
and
on you.
smalls.
So they must have actually fit you to get a medium.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than clothes that fit you.
And but the hoodie I wanted, they sold
Someone
out
who
of.
needs the large comes up, there's 80 Hollies going, I got the large. That's so annoying.
So I had to get a different hoodie because they sold out the one I wanted, and I was really, really bummed out about it. I wanted this hoodie so bad. I planned what I wanted
You
to
could
get.
probably get it on his website, though.
I ordered it at home. It was
You
actually,
could have got it from the iPhone you were standing at staring at while you were waiting for the opening
well, no,
acts.
it sold out until later on this week. It just came back on like Thursday, and I had him order it at
It's
midnight.
gotta be worth a mint, dude.
I had him ordered at midnight because I really wanted it, but I don't get it till the end of this month because it's on back order.
This is a bit of a side rail, but like, so we had a smaller band stay at the Marriott, and the guy who had the merch money got robbed. He had on him $7,500 from merch on him, and when he got robbed. So, and that was like like they're traveling the country in a van type thing.
Yeah.
So you could imagine how
Yeah,
much a Shawn Mendes, dude,
he's
it's got to
so
be
much.
like cash bags on Scrooge McDuck style.
It has to be so much.
And the cost is like nothing. That
I
hoodie probably cost
spent-
$8 to make.
Yeah, and they sell them for $70.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
talking
bought
about
a hoodie.
Shark Tank.
I bought a hoodie, a shirt, and a poster for
What are you all in on? What's that? How much does that cost?
$145. But then, and
Yeah,
then I
I
went.
love concerts,
I went
man.
home and I ordered the hoodie I mainly wanted, and that was $80.
Yeah.
That was
Nothing's
$80.
worse. You buy a CD at a concert, it's like $25.
We got CDs for free when we ordered the tickets.
Oh, congratulations that you already had. Did you do something with it?
No, it's just sitting in my room.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
mean, for $400,
congratulations.
they
So
can-
how? So the chick who sang the Moana song was the opener, right?
Yeah.
According to how was that?
That was really good, but waiting in line, we had to miss 3 of her songs.
Dang, you guys were no joke in that swag tank because you guys got there at like noon. or
We
whatever.
got the doors
They
don't
got there
open
before
till
the doors opened.
the doors don't
Wow.
open till 6:30.
They
Yeah.
got there at like 6:15, somewhere in there.
But you had to wait in a big long line to wait for the doors to pop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then when we get
do
in, then
that
we have to
too.
wait in line again. So
Yeah.
we missed 3 of her songs, but like obviously you could still hear it. But then the rest of the songs were really good. I really
That's
liked
good.
them
Is it a
all-
lot of
them all.
Moana songs? I'm
No,
curious.
just one.
What's the name of the opener girl? real quick?
Alessia Cara.
Alessia Cara. Okay.
And tell him how the attendance was. He had both decks pretty sold, right? It
Yeah,
looked
there was
pretty
only
close.
like seats when you would look out, like where it's like
Way
only
up,
one
yep.
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how far did they go? But was the stage at one end, so they kind of blacked out the one side? Is that how they do it usually? I don't think, is he a center stage guy or is he off to one side?
It's like the one side, but then in the middle of it, he comes to the center.
Oh, he's got like a walkway that kind of brings him down or something like that.
And that's when he's really close.
Yes.
Ooh.
She snapped
He
a
was
bunch
so
of pictures
close
there.
to me. When I tell you, so close.
So I put in the notes, he's also very close to someone else.
Yeah. That.
Man, I felt for Holly. So when I saw it on Huffington Post, I was like, I don't even know who this girl is.
Really? She's
Camilla-
from Fifth Harmony.
I don't know who that is. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Camilla Cabello,
No.
correct?
Camila Cabello.
Okay, Camilla Cabello. You
Welcome to
can
my world.
pronounce it whatever way you want to, but she's
I
got
always-
your boy.
I know.
I read things and pronounce it like it's really red. She's always tuna poke. It's supposed to be tuna what?
Poke.
Yeah.
Okay, I screwed up that one. So
Steve's like, what's a tuna poke?
Yeah, he
I
did.
seriously said that. Then it had the little thing over the E, so I was like, tuna poke. What the hell?
You're them jalapeno pokes. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so he's dating her. But anyway, so back to the point. So you had a great time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your friend had to pinch hit. What happened to your one girl that was supposed to go with you?
Her grandfather got sick,
Oh.
and then go to the hospital.
What's up there? Is her grandfather okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good to hear.
So all in all, was it a fantastic evening? What
Yes.
time did we leave the house? What time did we get home?
We left the house at 5. Got home at 11 because
Oh,
we
okay.
had dropped my friend off.
Solid night, yeah. How was your voice when you got back? Was it toast?
Scratchy.
It was-
like yours right now.
When I was in
Yeah.
the middle of the concert, my throat hurt so bad because I drank 2 bottles of water. I was like, my throat hurts so bad. And then at the end,
Michelle said there was one part, and not just Holly and her friend, but there was 5 teenage girls right behind Michelle's head.
Screaming.
At one part, she couldn't hear anything. It just the girls were screaming that loud.
Did your mom have a good time, or what would she say?
She sat there on her phone the whole time.
Well, I mean, she's not into it. I get it. Yeah,
She
someone's got.
said she liked it, but you know.
It's
I mean,
something she
Mom
probably
wouldn't-
hears all day.
She wouldn't
She's
have been
not
able to see anyways because everyone
stands
was,
up the
yeah.
whole time. Yeah. Concerts are rough for that. You get older, it's like, man, they don't sit down. Sometimes, man, these old bones, man, your hips start hurting. You're
Yeah,
like, I just
felt
need
bad
10
for
minutes.
I felt bad for the old ladies behind me because like they tried to stand at one point and they just kept sitting back down. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not sitting, so that sucks.
You don't have to, and that's. I mean, I think that you. It's like when you go to a football game. At the end of the day, like you don't have to sit down. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to stand the whole time, you can. There's nothing you can do. I mean, we get annoyed at football games when they stand the whole time,
Yeah,
but you just take that choice. You're like, okay, you sit down. You know what I mean? You hope that someone around you's got some conscience, but they don't give a shit sometimes.
Halfway through it, you're smashed in there. You're usually freezing because we go
Yeah.
in November, and then you can't sit down the whole time. Then you're wondering why you paid $300.
Yeah,
But,
we corrected it this year. Yeah.
So there you go. There's a little look at Shawn Mendes, the big concert.
So where was he
sold out.
off to after he was here?
Well,
Well,
it
you
was
can read
his-
her back.
He went to
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, from Detroit to Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, and then he celebrated his birthday. He took 3 days off,
Okay.
and then he just went to New Jersey.
Tell your uncle what you had to vote on while we were at the mall today.
It was Power Hour for the MTV Music Awards.
What
So
does Power Hour mean?
Explain.
Well, because MTV Music Awards are on August 26th, and he's
The
nominated.
VMAs, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Sorry. I just,
and then he's
saw it on,
he's
like,
in
the
two
Jersey
he's
Shore.
in 2 categories, and you get 10 votes a day. But if you wait until Power Hour, you get 20 votes. So then I wait till Power Hour,
He's
and
got
then I vote
20
for
million
him
Hollies across the country voting for him at the Power
because he's
Hour.
for Artist of the Year and he's for Collaboration of the Year.
collaboration with
Camila Cabello,
on what song?
Senorita.
I like to bang you.
Senorita. Yeah, no, they're doing a little more than just collaboration. Am I wrong?
He shows her his CD.
Yeah, oh my lord! Talking to the mic, honey.
So that was in the middle of the way to the store, out of the store. Oh my god, I can't get reception. I got to vote on Power Hour. I was like, what?
So
what is
was
Power
most
Hour?
of the crowd your age? Would you argue, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like some
a lot
some
of moms
girls,
escorting younger girls and stuff like that?
yeah, some were like really young, and then some were like older.
I wonder at what age. What age does she solo dolo that concert?
Go by yourself, or you mean with a friend?
With a friend is what I'm trying to say.
Why?
What age?
17, 18?
Is that what we're thinking? 17?
My friend was really rude because she would not go if her mom was going with
Yeah,
her.
but tell Charles where her seats were.
Far away.
Upper
Far
deck.
away. Far away.
Oh,
Far away.
Well,
Holly was like, look at my seats.
you get in where you get in. You know what I mean? That's cool. So you had a great time.
Yes.
So what's the next? What's the short list for Holly other concerts? What do you got?
None.
Oh,
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
She came in March.
That's a fortune, son.
She came in March,
Steve's
and I
gonna
really wanted to
design a
go.
lot of websites. If you need Steve for some site marketing design,
Do a lot of work
Ooh.
coming up.
The Jonas
man.
Brothers are coming in September too,
okay,
and my friend really wanted to see him, but they're expensive too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we can buy you tickets.
Oh, shots fired.
So the concert was great. Oh, my God. It was the greatest ever. I loved it. It was Shawn Mendes. So now that we know that,
Hey.
why don't you fill everyone in how your driving's going? What do you like? What do you dislike? How is your driving going? What do you think so far?
My driving's all right. I was more confident when the teacher was in the car because I felt like I drove better.
And he has a brake.
Because I feel like, but he never used it.
I'm just saying.
Probably needs that break.
But I don't like driving with my dad.
Well, I've heard Steve gives me all the critiques. So you still don't know the feather the throttle.
Yeah.
You still don't know the ease the hands around the corner. We're working on it.
You turn weird. You don't take your hands off the steering wheel. You turn like a go-kart.
Are we getting more? Are we getting more freeway time in and stuff like that? I know Steve was saying you guys were working on that. No, you gotta get back to that.
We haven't gone back to the freeway.
We didn't get a lot of time.
Because I don't like driving. Everyone was zooming past me, and I was just like,
okay.
I took her down south.
I was not feeling it. I was like,
It doesn't matter what everyone else is driving. What's the speed limit?
That's what I was doing, but everyone, I thought I was going to get like.
Hey, it's not about what everyone else is doing. It's about what the speed limit is.
Oh, man.
It was terrifying.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
So you're in phase 2? What phase are you in for your driver's license thing? I know
It's like 1.5.
When in November, I go back for segment 2 of the class.
Segment 2, I'm sorry, yeah.
And then when
what does segment 2 entail?
That's only 3 days long. And we just like double check our hours, and then he tells us more about like the laws, and like he tells
How
us
to obey the speed limit,
and he tells us places to go for like to take the driving test to get our actual license.
So you got to do a practical exam with someone, correct?
You mean like driving in a car with someone?
Yeah, a practical exam.
Yeah.
A student. Really? Is she serious right now?
Sometimes.
I didn't know if you meant another like paper one.
No, but you have to go and drive with someone,
Yeah.
and they're going to have X amount of points for what you do to perform the skills.
Yeah.
A practical exam, as I said. Okay. So that's cool.
And now, of course, you're going to go into your sophomore year, correct?
Woohoo! Yeah.
Class of
2000. Oh. Yeah, 2022. I almost said 2000. I almost said 2002. I said that in my
2022, class of
Now
2022.
tell you where you've been going with all these stupid student council things.
So we have to go to like certain people's houses because we're
building floats.
Yeah, we didn't start that part yet
Heather was
though.
all about that.
But I'm working on posters now.
Heather was all about that too. Talk to your auntie. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been doing that a lot. And then when does your volleyball season start?
Volleyball tryouts are this Wednesday,
But
Thursday,
you've been
and
at
Friday.
practice hard, right? You've been going to practice all the time.
It's so much work.
It's welcome to organized
It's
sports.
so much work.
Your cousin Lorna is going to start organized swimming in the fall, so that's going to be 3 days a week and all this kind of stuff. So
Yeah, it's fun because I know like once it's like the regular
Are you
season.
improving with the extra work or?
Yeah. Am I getting tired? Yeah.
They've been it's almost like 2
Because
days
it's
for us.
conditioning.
It's been all conditioning for the past week and a half.
Not whatever. I'm going to play devil's advocate. Okay, so football is a 100-yard field, right?
Yeah.
Why are we conditioning for volleyball?
How
much do you run?
Have you seen some of her games? Some of those girls are
Okay, well, I would argue at the end of conditioning, some of those girls are going to be out of shape still.
Nobody shows up. It started off as 20.
Yeah, they heard conditioning, they all disappeared.
But
Yeah.
just like with the speed limit on the freeway, as long as you keep going, you're pretty much going to guarantee yourself a spot.
Yeah,
like
'cause
that's the thing.
there
If
was
you
only 8
dedicate
of us
yourself
there.
to it, they recognize that and they're going to put you through.
Yeah, there's only 8 of us there on the
Good
last
for
day.
you.
I was like, whoa.
Are you confident now? You're trying to make a JV roster or a varsity roster?
I'll probably be on JV.
There is a JV team. I know there was some turmoil. Steve had
Yeah,
mentioned
because they
to me.
found this other girl, and they signed her to be a freshman coach, but I'd assume there'd be a JV team over the freshman one.
Yeah, because you could incorporate more girls.
Yeah.
How many girls are at the practices or like the conditioning camps?
20, but when we started doing conditioning, it went to 10.
They were like, we're out. We'll go back
Because
in a
the
couple
seniors don't show up because they feel they don't have. Seniors just
wow.
have to go to tryouts.
Pass them by. Just keep doing your shit. You know what I mean?
So there's volleyball, and what do you? How much homework do you think you're gonna get with all these AP classes?
I only took one AP class. Actually, I took AP Government, which I've heard it's not.
Sounds tough.
I've heard it's not that bad though compared to AP
You're gonna
World
have to
History.
learn about those candidates you don't know nothing
Yeah, I
about.
was
I
gonna
know.
say.
And then
Yeah,
I
that sounds
took
tough,
and then
dude.
I took honors English, even though I didn't want to.
Oh, man, you're angling towards Heather's class. I could feel it.
It's coming.
It's gonna be so awkward.
Mm.
Good luck. Heather's gonna bump you over to her friend Jill's class, I'm sure.
Yeah. I want to take more AP classes as a junior.
I think AP classes are fantastic, and I'm sure Steve should encourage those because that's what gets you that college credit. So
Yeah.
well, that's
He has
funny.
to pay $100 for me to take the test, though.
Everything this kid says.
that $100 for that test is still way cheaper than if you were going to pay for that class
that's
outright. So pay that hundo and go class. But the big thing is Heather runs into is a lot of kids just pay the money to get in the class and then don't dedicate themselves to passing the test. So it's tough. Good luck. I'll be curious to hear. AP government sounds tough. I'll be honest with you.
Student council, volleyball, AP class, busy year coming up for you.
Man.
Yeah, finishing.
Isn't your
finishing
worst year going to
driver's
be
ed.
your junior year? I always
Junior
remember your
year's-
junior year is brutal.
Junior year, because you have to
Senior
take
year
your
is kind of a
SAT.
walking apart.
Yeah, junior
You have
year
to
is
take your
rough.
SATs and all your other testing.
So you're on the uphill climb before that last little bit of
Smack you in the
downhill.
face hard
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So let's look at school now. Explain to your Uncle Charles what the joy of TikTok is.
I think Laura likes TikTok too, in my defense.
I'll be honest. Is TikTok the weird reversey video thing? What is TikTok?
TikTok is an app, and you remember Vine?
Yeah, that's what.
So it's like the new Vine.
Yeah, but you post like looping clips of yourself, right?
Well, you can post
It's all
many
stupidity.
things. You can post like it's all short videos. They're all a minute or less. And then it's like people, they could be telling a story. It's a lot of like
Do you
lip
have your
syncing.
phone on you right now?
Yes, I do.
I
Do
don't
you
wanna
have
see
your Peppa Pig TikTok?
Oh, I saw that one with the bacon. That
Yeah,
was the single worst video.
that is the best
I
video.
mean, I'll take your word for it, there, kiddo.
So why does TikTok rank so much higher than the other social media?
And how is it
accounts?
different from Snapchat?
Snapchat and TikTok are two completely different things.
Completely.
I'm not that out of touch, but how are they different things? Because you're posting the short video clips to it.
Well, TikTok is more for humor.
No, you make it more. Snapchat can be funny too, not just porn.
Yeah, but nobody does that.
Oh, it's just porn on Snapchat.
Snapchat's a bad place.
Porn.
bad place. It's a bad place.
Life is happening on Snapchat.
Snapchat's a bad place.
Instagram still okay?
Yeah.
And then
Instagram's more mainstream, I would argue, than TikTok and all that,
Yeah.
right?
and then Facebook's the old people retirement
Yeah.
home place.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. And what about
As we're broadcasting live to Facebook.
yeah, what about Twitter? Nobody cares.
Celebrities, a lot of celebrities like Twitter.
President loves it.
I
You're
don't.
gonna learn the AP government.
I don't like Twitter.
You don't like Twitter.
I had a Twitter, but I don't use it anymore.
Ah. So there's a look at Holly's life. Does anyone feel enlightened now?
Dude, TikTok.
Love
It's
TikTok.
pretty much Lorna in about 6 years or whatever it is.
I'm already out of touch with that kid.
I can't wait to see the terrible concert you have to take her
Yeah.
to. All right. Now, while we were out and we got some things and some taste tests coming up, Holly, why don't you grab that orange box there and explain,
Yay, I'm
Charles,
excited.
explain to
I'm
what
hungry.
this is.
Yeah, so on Instagram, because I'm on a diet, I'm a fat guy, and I'm always obsessed with food.
Wait.
We saw all over Instagram these Reese's filled Krispy Kreme donuts. So there's two different versions.
Can
They're
I eat
basi-
it?
Oh, you can give them. I'm trying to give some exposition here. So basically, they're a Krispy Kreme donut that's filled. They're either peanut butter glazed and chocolate filled, or chocolate glazed with peanut butter filling on them. And Heather and I tried them earlier. I cut up some pieces for Steve and Holly here. So they looked fantastic.
I like one a lot more than
Right
the
next to
other.
her. So I had a definite opinion, Holly.
So do I.
So which one? So we got a chocolate peanut butter filled, and we
The
got
one
a
with
peanut.
brown icing is
Yeah,
better.
is delicious. That's
The
what
one with
Heather and
brown
I
icing's
agree.
so
We
good.
think that the peanut butter glazed chocolate filling one is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Something about you taste the actual peanut butter
yeah,
in
the
that
other
one.
one you can't taste peanut butter.
Yeah, I loved the.
I agree with Holly.
I think we're all.
I agree with Holly. The brown icing.
The brown
That was
glazed
good.
one is
Anyways.
really good. So you're welcome to continue polishing these off. I'm on a diet. Steve's diabetic, so you're the only one that can.
Yeah.
So take these home, give them to Michelle too. But I thought they
The,
were
the one with
fantastic
peanut
tasting.
butter on top is better.
But definitely because it actually tastes like peanut butter.
Yeah.
The one with just the
My
chocolate.
favorite part of a Reese's is the peanut butter.
I thought I was gonna have to give Heather mouth to mouth and Krispy Kreme for some reason. So we
What?
So I hit 40 pounds down on the diet. So I went from 297 to 257. I told Heather if I had a good week, We getting them Reese's. So it was a good week. So I made sure we went.
You went potty outside, so you get a treat.
Yeah. So I took Heather here, but beforehand we grabbed some Starbucks. I'm addicted to those skinny mocha frappuccinos. I can't get enough of those things.
What is it with you and those
Dude, they're
Starbucks?
delicious. I don't know what it is. It's one of the few like kind of diety things I can drink on this whole diet. Anyway, we did that, and then we went and got this. I thought Heather went into diabetic coma. Like, we went right into. We pounded a donut and was drinking Starbucks. It was toast. Heather was like, "It's almost too much sweet." It's almost
she
too
crying?
much sweet. Yeah, she had to stop. She was like, "I can't take it. I can't take it." I love the one that was peanut butter covered. I think
Yeah, I think
that was the best one.
Yeah,
By
it's
far
super
better.
delicious.
Just sit on your desk. We'll go. Okay, Holly, open that up now.
Me.
Yeah, so
These are new at Kroger. I just saw them.
there's a whole display of
Yes.
like multiple flavors in a nice, what I would say like a really nice bin.
Yeah,
you
and
know
they
what I
have
mean?
tongs, and you
Yeah.
can grab the. These are called mochi ice creams. I call them mochi mochis because it's like, it just feels like it's more Japanese that way. Now Charles has had these. I didn't know he
Yeah,
had
I
them.
have.
But there's some unique flavors in here.
So what flavors did you pick up?
Okay, so we got raspberry, which you can tell right
That's
there,
the
Pinky
the
looking
pink
color
one.
ones.
and
are
then we've got coconut and pineapple together.
Is that one?
It's the yellow one.
Oh.
And
Okay.
there's the orange is mango. There's a green tea.
okay.
There's a cookies and cream, a double chocolate, and a vanilla.
Okay.
My wife already ate a caramel and a coffee one.
all right.
Couldn't keep her out of them.
So what they actually are is a chunk of ice cream, and then Steve, you sent me the video of someone actually making them. I thought it was rice flour, but it's actually
Is
a
this cookies
potato
and cream?
starch.
I don't know.
We're gonna go for it.
So it's a potato starch wrapped around an ice cream ball, essentially.
It feels weird.
It's super Japanese.
I'm going to go with the raspberry because I know it's raspberry. It's kind of mushy. There must be melting.
Yeah, and then I'm going to take the green tea one just because that's extra Japanese. That's this green boy, I would assume. What is that?
That's nasty.
What the hell is it? It's mushy.
I don't like the outside.
That's the potato starch.
I'm done.
This one's minty.
I don't like it.
This one is.
Oh, one was green mint. Sorry.
God damn it. I took the green one, assuming it was the green tea. And it's green mint. I hate mint. I actually don't mind them. You can't stand it.
I'll
Steve's
take
not
the
down.
donuts.
So you're a thumbs down on the Mochi Mochis?
I definitely know. My mom overhyped these by far.
Oh, she thought they were delicious?
They're like gooey.
It's
Well, I think
disgusting.
they're normally not very gooey when I've had them. The outside tastes like this. It's very kind of chewy. It's a
Yeah.
weird texture. It's very
It's
Japanese.
like a gooey pancake.
Yeah, kind of.
What should I do with it? Because I don't want to finish it.
Put it in the
Take-
cooler.
Well, you
We can throw it out later. Just chuck it in there.
I don't like those at all.
That was not good.
I thought I was really going to like those.
My mom, because my mom hyped them up so much. She's like,
Oh,
those
she
are
loves
She went
them.
and bought some for herself. Those are nasty.
I actually like them.
They're too gooey.
Yeah, the outside. It's the texture.
I'm really shocked how terrible those are. I thought for sure those were going to be good.
By far, the donut, by far better.
I'm shocked how terrible.
You don't think they're a little too mushy or kind of
I don't
gooey?
know. I'm definitely an otaku guy. I got like an affinity towards Japanese
Oh,
stuff.
give me the donuts. Oh, thank
Yeah,
God
the
you bought
donuts,
the donuts.
the donuts were good. That was nasty.
So we got a
that
huge.
napkin's going to turn to mush inside there. There's ice in there.
So Steve and
You,
Holly.
you
are,
know what? You can keep these and give them to Heather and Laura.
Well, no, Heather loves them.
Well, good. Someone does.
As do I.
Michelle has a box at home, and I hate these. So I'm very shocked. I thought for sure I was going to. These aren't cheap. They're like 2 for $3.
Yeah, they're pretty
So
pricey.
it's like this is a $12 box of these.
You're
little
paying
things.
for that Japanese vibe to them.
What did you tell me to do with this?
Go take it and put it in its freezer and throw that out.
All right, we're gonna pause for Holly to go. But
Yeah.
so Steve, you're
We'll
not. a
talk
fan-
about the mochi mochis.
Yeah,
while
so
she's
again,
gone. Now was it because
potato-
they weren't fully frozen? Was they a little mushy?
I would say that's because I don't. I remember them having a little bit of chew to them, but I don't remember them being so gamey. I hate mint. Why didn't you tell me there was
I
mint
forgot
in
about
there?
the mint one. There were so many flavors. I just kept throwing them all in.
No, I get what you did, but man, mint is awful.
I'm just glad Michelle ate the coffee one. If I'd have accidentally
I
got
don't
stuck
know.
with the coffee one.
I think they're tasty. Normally they're really hard and and then you just kind of bite through them. There's a little chew to
They
that
were
outside
harder when I
wrapper.
bought them.
Yeah,
They
got
might
a
have
little
mushed a
squishy
little bit in there,
yeah.
but not a fan. So I'm quite surprised. I thought for sure I'd love those things and I'd eat like 10 of them. I'm
So-
kind of glad because now I'm not going to eat them.
Going around the room, Holly, we're a big thumbs up to the peanut butter glaze,
That was so good.
the Reese's donut. Not so much on the chocolate and the peanut butter, and then a thumbs down on the mochi mochi.
Terrible. I thought it was gonna be good because I was all playing. I was like, I'm gonna eat this flavor and this flavor. But he thought it was gonna be like cookie dough.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was
Kind
gonna
of.
be.
I didn't think it was
I
gonna be
could've told
squishy.
It's like
nasty.
chewy, gross pancake mix.
It's not good.
It's gross.
You know what it kind of reminds me
I don't
of?
like crepes either.
You ever had? You don't like crepes?
You don't like crepes? Oh.
I've had a couple crepes and like
Crepes are
those. Either.
delicious. You ever have like spring rolls? That kind of that weird kind of gummy wrapper kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So Steve, you're around the room. Peanut butter and the chocolate filled donut.
Krispy Kreme will not do you wrong.
And then the mochi mochi's a swing and a
Ship
miss.
them back to Japan. I should have known when I was watching. Did you watch the video I sent you?
Yeah,
They
I had never seen how
steamed
they
the
were
batter
made,
or whatever.
yeah.
I was like, oh, this
to kind
is
of
gonna
make
be
it kind of
weird.
solid.
Yeah, and then it looked like slime at one point, and it tasted like. Well, I'm not gonna say the flavor was.
The
fine.
ice cream tastes delicious.
The ice cream's fine.
It's that texture on
It's
the
that
outside.
gooey texture that threw me off. I don't know.
I wouldn't even call it gooey. It's almost kind of rubberized. You know what I mean?
So
Not good.
I like
had to
mochi.
discard
Steve's
mine.
not a fan. Holly's not a fan. I think they're tasty. I don't know. I would say
What did your mom like about those?
she also could have had one that's a little more. I think it could have been a textural thing for both of you.
It
'cause
melted a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
Jesus.
Steve's gonna puke.
It's just not good. He
so-
might need
An
that
ice
donut
cream
back.
booger.
You ever just like I bought those yesterday, put them in our freezer.
So mine sent
You
anticipation.
just had expectations.
Yeah,
through
and it's
the
like, oh,
roof.
look at these.
Yeah.
These are cool, all these flavors. Then you bite it, it's like, yeah, it's like a big snot in your mouth. It's so
Yeah.
gross.
Steve is out.
I'm done. One and done on me on those.
Wow.
But the Krispy Kreme, thank God you bought those because that was. Wow, because Holly was even almost sit there and eat all them ice creams. Both of us took
I
one
thought
bite.
it
We
was
were
gonna
like,
be good.
so gross. So no for the mochi ice creams for me, but the donuts, of course, a thumbs up. But anything at Krispy Kreme, I mean,
I was gonna say.
you can eat their mop water at
what
Krispy
is-
Kreme, and it's delicious.
Back to the Krispy Kreme thing. So Lorna got a cake batter ice cream or a cake batter donut. Have you ever had this?
No,
I have.
Holy hell, Steve!
Does it have sprinkles on it?
Yeah, it's yellow with sprinkles on it, and they jam the inside of a donut full of cake batter.
Oh my God, that's,
I think my daughter needs insulin as I talk to you guys.
say, that's-
Yeah,
This is
my mom got
crazy.
that before, and I tried it.
Oh my God!
Very
That was
sweet.
extreme sweet.
Now the problem I find usually with Krispy Kreme when you go outside their normal three, what is it? You got the plain glazed, the cream filled, and the chocolate covered. Outside of that, sometimes they're weird.
The OG glazed cream.
Oh,
oh
yeah,
my
you eat 20
God,
of them in a
dude,
blink of an
it's
eye.
just.
But
You
the-
get there with that hot light on, son. Oh my!
I had like an
God.
Oreo one with the special Oreo, and it wasn't that good. Usually, when you go to the unique ones, they're not that good.
Keep
but,
it OG, man.
but the other Reese's ones were good. Mochi.
I've never.
not
That was the
good.
first cream-filled Krispy Kreme I've ever had. Like as
Really?
far as-
That's all her and Michelle get.
I like.
Well, you're talking more like a Bavarian cream, like the solid. I've never had a ring donut cream filled
Oh,
before.
yeah, that's true. That is unique.
Because that was a ring, like a
That
ring
wasn't-
donut.
Like you and your mom get those solid. ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking more of like a jelly donut or whatever.
Those
that
are-
was like
I
a
like
ring.
my favorite one at Krispy Kreme is glazed raspberry jelly filled. That's the best
those are
one.
good.
That's my
Oh.
favorite.
Oh, I could eat about 22 of those.
I still think, for my money, the OG glazed at Krispy Kreme.
I like the plain circular
Dude, it is
when
just
they're warm.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ, there's nothing. That's
Don't you,
You
like
put
milk
that with a
it?
scoop of vanilla, it is on, son. Like, dude.
Oh, I just take a big old glass of milk.
Yeah, I was
Get
gonna
him
say,
some
he,
milk.
He drinks milk
Make
with
that
it.
milk nice and crispy cold,
Oh,
too,
my
man.
God.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
We love you, Krispy Kreme.
I know. I gotta go buy some Krispy Kreme stock. So there you go, Krispy Kreme and Mochi ice cream, or it's not. It's called Mochi something.
Yeah, it's just mochis.
I just like throwing that extra mochi in there.
They
Makes it
might
feel
be
better.
Korean, not Japanese, too. I don't know.
Oh, it's gross, whatever way. So now we're gonna go into some reviews, and Holly's got some, Charles got some, I got some. The first one up is Alita Battle Angel, and this
Yeah.
is with
Christopher
Christoph
Waltz,
Waltz and
the
Hashi-
CG girl and all that.
Yeah. It's based on.
I got to ask you for a minute, though. How did you watch it? 4K, standard 1080? What did you watch?
standard
it?
1080.
Okay.
Finished 1080. Rented it.
It looks beautiful, is what I would say.
It's a lot like a Japanese animated
Yeah.
movie. It's totally beautiful, and there's some really cool looking shit.
You can appreciate the visuals, but
But
like,
the
movie
story
is
is just like her boyfriend she falls in love with dies twice. Not once, but twice
Oh,
in that
man.
movie. It's like, oh, God.
I see you once and I raise you a second
Yeah,
time.
well, the first time he gets killed, and then they replace his body with a robot body. Everyone in the future has some cyborg part to them.
That's a big, future trap science fiction.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. So it's like, and Christoph Waltz, he doesn't, but he's like one of the scientists that or doctor/scientist that can build. Like he finds her head in a junkyard and builds her. And,
okay.
But her brain is. So she's not a full robot. She has a human brain.
Okay.
But
She's
the rest
a
of her body,
subplant of like someone's
so
brain.
it's kind of a cyborg.
It's a conscience
and there's
thing.
a floating city up above, and there's a lot of lore to it that they don't really explain. Like there was a giant war.
Are you intrigued by the universe? I guess would be my question.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something about it that was missing, and I can't tell you what it is really. Yeah. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest. It looked really nice. It was left up for a sequel, but it didn't make that much money, so there probably isn't going to be a sequel.
Is this in that same vein of like Mortal Engines, where it's
Yes.
like this
It's
universe
better
is
than
fleshed
Mortal-
out and all this kind of stuff, but I'm just not interested in the story they're telling me?
It's better than Mortal Engines, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's based on a comic or a book of some sort. I don't know. But there seems to be a ton of lore because there was a big war 100 years ago, and all these floating cities came to Earth and crashed.
Could you
except for
see
one.
Could you see a different story in that same universe and still be kind of intrigued?
Yeah, I think so. I think if it had a couple sequels and fleshed stuff out, it'd probably be a little better. It's just what you get. It's just kind of but it looks great. It's just like a Japanese animated movie.
Okay.
Basically, like, oh, that looked cool. Don't know what the hell it was about, but it was cool. So same difference. 6 out of 10, whatever. All right, now I gotta clear my throat because I'm about to go off for about 10 minutes. We all familiar with Netflix and Orange is the New Black, correct?
It's a very popular show on Netflix. It was huge, and now they just premiered. What season are you about to talk
7.
on? So this is the 7th
the
and final
season of Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
So everyone's caught up at the end of season 6. Spoilers, whatever. I don't give a shit. The show sucked. But at the end of season 6, there was a prison riot, and half the cast gets sent to a prison in Ohio, and the other half of the cast gets sent to a maximum security prison in New York.
Okay.
So the cast.
What's
is
the
split
cause
up.
of the riot?
Pusey's death.
Still?
They wanted, yeah. So Pusey died in season 5. Season 6 takes place over 3 days. It's only supposed to be 3 days. So they're kind of rioting because they wanted rights, and the Tasty kind of leads it, and her and Caputo sit
Yeah, I saw
down.
it at the end, and
Yeah.
then they end up in the pool, right?
Yeah. A lot of them, all the main characters are
this
hiding
got to
in
be
the
season
pool
8 you're about to tear apart. Because
No,
didn't you say
it's-
Piper got out?
at the end of season 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I must have finished at the end of season 5. The riot and everything happened at the end of season 5.
Yeah, and then I forget where they get split.
They might have at the
Did
end.
they get split in the one you saw?
No. So
Yeah.
then that must have been season 6.
Season 6 was the splitting.
Because
and
the
Piper
end
getting
of the
out
episode was the big guard guy they killed, or they had him in the pool.
yeah.
So then season 6 is them splitting apart.
No, I must be off by a year. Right after the guard's death, there's a trial for Tasty. Did you see a trial?
no,
for
I did not.
So the next season is a trial for Tasty and stuff like that.
Okay.
So by the end of season 6, Tasty is blamed for the death of the guard, and she gets a life sentence.
Okay.
There's another girl, Diaz, who ended up accidentally shooting that guard. He died. She gets a life sentence. Piper is out of prison.
How did she get out? Just served her time?
Her time was up.
Oh, okay.
The transgender guy / hairdresser, his time is up, or her, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He's out.
She disappeared in that whole season. That was
Yeah.
kind of my gripe with that season.
Yeah. And he's not much back in this one either. So there's like 4 or 5 of them. The Blanca girl, she got out. I don't know if you remember her.
So
she had the crazy hair.
but your point is they're fragmenting the cast.
Yes.
Okay.
So all the ones that go to Ohio in this final season, you never see them. They're just gone. They're just in Ohio.
Huh.
So half the cast.
So we
is
don't
gone.
even tell their story.
Nope. So I think that's a cost-cutting thing is what happened there.
Who were some of the characters sent to Ohio? Because that was
Remember the big black-haired dyke girl that was real funny?
the one that became Jewish?
No.
Oh,
White
she's-
girl with the black hair.
Yeah.
Short.
Blue.
Yeah, she's
hilarious.
Gone. Yoga girl, gone.
What?
A lot of them. The nun lady that never talked, gone.
Yeah, what?
The 2 meth heads, gone. All the funny characters
Yeah,
got
what
shipped
the
to Ohio,
hell?
and we get to go to New York with the non-funny characters.
Yeah, but I don't know. The one that became Jewish is really funny. I don't know.
Not
with the
this
puffy
ep-
hair. Oh, really?
No, they ruined her. So the thing about Orange is the New Black, the first 3,
Their
4
form of
seasons,
storytelling is fantastic.
and they're funny. It's about prison life, but there's some joy in it.
There's
and
some humanity to
and
it,
it's
yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
and it's not topical. It's just this is what happened. This is their lives. Scratch all of that.
Ooh.
No humor whatsoever. Tasty,
it's all deep kid stuff.
as you can see. The first Tasty is trying to commit suicide through the whole season.
Because she got a life sentence.
Yeah, Cindy, the one you said was funny, she ratted out Tasty, so she's crying and upset the whole season. She does get out and then becomes homeless and lives under a viaduct. What's some of the other ones?
Yeah.
Piper and Voss are kind of.
Are they together? You put it as their live.
Yes. So she's still got, but Voss, who is Donna from the '70s show, still got 2-3 years left in prison.
She's so attractive.
Piper is just struggling. You're supposed to feel
Is Jason Biggs back?
Yeah, he has some scenes.
Oh, okay.
She has some closure with him a couple times, and he tells it like it is. But anyways, so it's one of these douche things where you're supposed to like this blonde girl, and all she does is stupid fucking thing after stupid fucking thing. So she's on parole, right? Don't drink. She immediately drinks. Need a job. Immediately gets fired. Don't do drugs. She goes and does drugs with her brother. So it's like, how are you supposed to feel sorry for this girl when all she does is stupid shit time and time and time again? And in the meantime, it's like a Ross and Rachel thing. So she's seeing other people. Voss is seeing other people. They're not seeing other people. They're talking to each other in prison. And everyone's got a cell phone this season. They all snuck in cell phones.
It's not even like something they hide about.
They do hide it, but if they get caught, they get busted. And it comes up.
Is Caputo in it anymore?
Yes, and they ruined him too. So this is my second gripe. The one thing nice about the show, it wasn't too topical. What do I hate about the Connors?
Yeah.
They did it with this show.
It's like they read the Huffington Post and make
they're like, we need to get serious and we need very topical subjects. So guess what comes in? ICE and immigration.
Okay.
So the old prison becomes an ICE detention center.
Wow.
And that's where two of the characters, that Blanca girl and the other hot Colombian chick, they both end
With
up.
the cat eyes. And
Yeah. They end up in the ICE detention center. And then the rest of them are still in the max. So there's topical. I'll wait for a little guy to come out and go topical and disappear. Because then, the main lesbian girl, I can't think of her name off American Pie. She got the big eyes.
Yep.
There's literally a scene in like the third or fourth episode where she stops and does a whole speech on immigration in the country right now. Like, I'm like, are you serious? What writer wrote this?
You're waiting for her to break the fourth wall and be like, you people.
So they're slapping us in the face because we all suck and because immigration is terrible. On top of that, Caputo, he is a night school teacher now, and he's with that ex-warden chick. They're living together trying to have a baby because everyone's trying to have a baby. And he gets Me Too'd. So some girl presses charges against him, and of course he screws it all up and goes to her house and tries to confront her. And so he's Me Too'd. And by the end of the season, they pretty much rope him in as a sexual harasser, so no one will hire him, and he's unemployed by the end of the season. It's the most uplifting series I've ever seen.
It just lost all of its, because like you said, there was a vein of humor through a lot of it.
Took it all out.
Oh my God.
It took it all out.
So CBS All Access ruined Orange is the New Black. Because Poussey left to go do the Star Trek show on there.
Well, no, that's the girl from Walking Dead. Poussey actually left and went and did Handmaid's Tale.
I thought Poussey left. She's in that Star Trek.
No,
show.
That's the black girl from Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh,
yeah, she's in Handmaid's Tale.
Nonetheless, Poussey's death destroyed that show.
It did. Wow. So and it was just one nutty thing after another. Like I said, a big political speech. One point, the girl named Lorna, who's not all there.
Yeah. Who had the boyfriend, and she like the little Italian girl.
And she had a baby in prison.
Yeah.
And they took the baby and gave it to the boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, her baby dies of pneumonia in the hospital.
Oh,
Red has Alzheimer's and onset dementia, so she does nothing the whole show.
Oh my God, she used to be really good.
Yes,
too.
she just forgets
and
everything.
And they would couple her with the nun, and then the one chick who grew up with like the non-speaking nun, and then the other like hillbilly kind of girl who had that whole it was funny.
And then remember the one Mexican girl who gets out and she's the mom of the other girl who could draw. Yeah, she's kind of hot.
Yep.
Yeah, well, she's still banging the prison guard that's bringing the drugs in, and they do a flashback of her when she's like 13, 14 years old.
That's the chick who ended up on Fear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they do a flashback of her. She's like 13. She's hanging with her friends. Ice cream truck shows up. Ice cream truck driver, he's a big dude, probably in his 40s. Hey, what have you been doing? Where's your parents? Oh, my parents aren't around. And he goes, I got $50. She goes in the truck and blows him. So we get child molestation is in this show, too. I mean, it was just one thing after another. I was like, are they just trying to up themselves one after another?
God.
And then so for Piper, the whole show, they're telling you Voss is bad for her. She's terrible for you. You need to move on. That's what Jason Bigg told her. Her father told her.
Yeah.
Her whole fucking family told her
Yeah.
that. So there's a point where they bring in another love interest for Piper. She's a redhead named Zelda, a lesbian girl.
Okay.
She has a good job, good everything going for her, and she wants. So there's a point where she can go to the Hamptons and live with this woman and move off with her.
She stays to be with Piper or with Voss.
Exactly.
Alex. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the real kick in the nuts before that show ends. The very last episode, I'm going to spoil it for everybody. The only one that remains kind of funny is Crazy Eyes.
Yeah, crazy. That's
She's
funny.
Doggett. Remember Doggett?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to study for a GED. She has a learning disability, and she doesn't pass it. Well, she does pass it, but she doesn't know she passed. She thought she lost. She ODs on drugs and dies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So she's dead.
Wow.
So
she was good. Yeah, with that whole.
wasn't funny at all throughout the whole show either. So at the very end, the last episode, 5 minutes to the end, they transfer Voss to Ohio with the rest of them, and they show you the whole crew, like all the people you should have been watching this season. They're there.
Are they going to give him like a spin-off or something?
They should, because no, they shouldn't, because I'm done. That was terrible. But yeah, so you get 5 minutes of them, and they're still goofing around. They're all lighthearted. I'm like, well, there's the show we could have watched.
Wow.
So, Orange is the New Black, final season, terrible. They
I
should
would
have
argue the
ended
past
it.
2 seasons have been terrible.
They should have ended it when Piper got out of jail or when Poussey died, like Charles
Yeah.
said. I was so pissed over this show. I never hate watched something in my life. but this is it.
The first few seasons of that show were revelation and storytelling and all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. I was just like, "Where this Netflix show is amazing,
Entertaining, had some humor
Yeah,
to it.
it was really
Didn't
good.
slap you in the face with politics. Oh, before I forget, I swear to God, you're not even going to believe this one. So in the detention center, they decide to build a courtroom inside the detention center and have a judge that work full time that hears all these women's cases and ships them out. You're gone. Go to Columbia. Go to China. On Fridays, they literally have the kids come in. They had a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old in the
They did
defendant's
that whole
stand
move thing where
with no lawyer, just
Yeah,
standing there,
yeah.
and they prosecuted those 2 kids. I'm like, there's no hell of way that happens.
Well, allegedly that is. It's a whole
that's
other thing,
bullshit.
but
I was like, this is terrible. Hated it. Hated the whole
I don't
series.
pretend to know immigration law.
Oh God, it was terrible. So anyway, stay away from Orange is the New Black. I hated it. I've never been so because I invested 6 seasons. I was like, I gotta finish.
And again, it was a great show, but man, no thanks.
All right, Holly. So you've gotten to hear that complaint for 2 days now.
Dude, I've heard it so much. I'm over
I
it.
finished this Saturday so pissed off. I ranted for like 20 minutes at home. I was like, dude. So Holly,
You feel a little owed. That's the thing about a show.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be a super happy ending or anything, but where was some
Don't
of the
limp it
humor?
to the end, yeah.
And all the characters did a 180. Like they're all different.
Blue and stuff like that. Those were big characters in that show.
I don't think they wanted to pay him, so they only shipped them off. So
Crazy.
Anyways, so Holly, you and your uncle both watch this. What are your thoughts this year on America's Got Talent?
Well, my first question to you is, what do you think of the 2 new judges in Gabrielle Union and Julianne Hough?
I don't mind them. I didn't like Mel B or Heidi Klum really either.
Mel B was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Did you pay attention to her? Like, she's really stupid. Like,
Yeah.
She's English. I thought she was supposed to be
She would
smart.
be like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like,
Yeah,
what
she
do you
said
mean?
that. She said that about almost every act, unless they didn't like dance or sing.
There's a handful. The biggest thing on America's Got Talent that I don't like are the big dance groups. Cut all of them. It's just, I'm over those. I'm also over, I'm a dog guy. I love dogs. You know me. You know
Dogs,
what I mean? The dog, but Simon loves dogs so much. He puts these dog acts through, and you're just like, eh. You know who I like? I like the little crabby hand little comedy guy, the comedian.
Yeah,
I like him because he's not only does he have a disability, but he's turned his disability into something super funny, and he's just totally laughable. I like him so far.
Me and my mom both didn't think the acts this season were that good.
I don't know.
I feel like all the acts are most.
It's
a
kinda
lot,
the same.
All of them.
Yeah.
So
But you
many
could
of
make
them
the
are the
argument
What
same.
about the chubby Thor guy? Is he still on it?
Yeah, he
The
is.
singer
Yeah.
with the big beard
Yeah.
and hair.
You know,
I
he
like him.
won America's Got Talent overseas.
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever.
And he has a
Norwegian's
record
guy.
label across.
So it's not like he's kind of an. He can't cheat, but
I don't know.
whatever.
He was impressive. I thought he was very impressive.
You can YouTube him and you can see all his acts and songs. He does that. He takes a lot of popular songs, redoes them himself.
It's pretty
and-
good. I don't know.
Chubby Thor.
I don't know. It's kind of like whatever. I think there's too many golden buzzers. Everything about
They're still
it.
doing the guest judges, Ollie?
Yeah.
Every week. There's no live shows until next week. Is next week the live shows?
I think, they have
Dolby
to bring
Theater
in
Live.
one more.
So when's
guest judge.
when's the last week of it?
You'll never know. This is the same rant I had a year ago. America's Got Talent schedule is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's like
They'll go to the live shows and they'll cut 2/3, if not all, the acts, but like one. And then you're like, well, wait, when did so and so perform? I don't know. One of these weeks. They got a weird schedule to the way they do America's Got Talent. They always do.
Side note: Howie Mandel is so popular on TikTok now. He downloaded TikTok and he's so popular on there.
Well, he's a paid comedian. He should be funny.
But he doesn't even like talk on there. He does like other sounds that
I used to like Howie Mandel.
Now he has TikTok.
I didn't know he was the host of Gizmo. Did you know that?
No, didn't know that.
Yeah. The guy did the Gizmo impression. He's like, that was my voice. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel trivia.
Yeah.
He had a
whatever.
cartoon back in the 90s, too.
Yeah, Bobby's World. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot
Do
of.
you like the new judges?
I just don't care. I'm
I
kind
don't
of with
care
you.
either.
It's kind of the same thing every summer.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you look at it, though, there's just nothing to watch.
Yeah.
So Steve found Orange is the New Black. You're kind of looking at reviews like, I'm going to talk about Hard Knocks, came back finally, but like it's a pretty deserty world out there. My daughter loves American Ninja Warrior, but that's really it. Is like America's Got Talent and American Ninja Warrior. That's all you get.
Well, Holly's going to tell you about one that you need to open your eyes to.
Oh, what is that?
I'll tell you in a minute. What are you guys' thoughts on Terry Crews? But everyone like Terry
I love
Crews?
Terry Crews.
I like Terry Crews. I did not
he
like
seems genuinely.
who was that last
Tyra
chick?
Banks?
Hated her.
I feel like Terry
hated her.
Crews is a good dude. Like he genuinely wants people to do good.
Yeah.
It's hard to see that like in Hollywood. Like you feel like, oh, they're supposed to say that and stuff like that. I feel like Terry Crews honestly wants these people to like nail their stuff. It's pretty good. I like Terry Crews.
Yeah, I
Big
like Terry
thumbs
Crews
up.
a lot, but I did not like Tyra
God,
Banks.
he's a big dude too, man. He'd rip your head off.
Who you like better, Nick Cannon or Terry Crews?
I feel like they're both.
Terry Crews, hands
Okay.
down, Terry Crews.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Terry Crews is fantastic.
So I was strongly disappointed at Orange is the New Black. America's Got Talent's kind of got a me kind of review. Holly, why don't you tell us about what you were disappointed about? Your show came back, and tell us
Yeah.
what you think.
So that was the last season of my show, and it's Jane the Virgin. When I was on here multiple times before, I've talked about it too. Like when I was like one of my favorite
Well, hold
shows.
on.
and
Is
all
it a
that.
CW show? Like,
Yeah.
what is okay? What's the loose premise of it? I know you don't want to get
So it's supposed to be like an American telenovela, and it's like
telenovelas, a Hispanic
Yeah.
soap opera.
yeah, but this
So
is like a
it's
comedy.
soap opera.
It's like a. I kind of messed that up. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a funnier version, I could say, and it's like the American version, I guess.
Okay.
But it's not like all about like intense drama.
I know it's very
but,
popular with the young kids. I don't know much about it.
I don't either.
But it's like she gets artificially inseminated by
You've
her,
talked about this before
Yeah.
here. Yeah. Okay.
and then so it was the final season this time, and I was all excited for it, and they put it on Netflix on the 8th, I think. Yeah, it was the 8th. It was on Thursday. And I only watched one episode, and then on Friday I tried to watch it. You know how I always I'll watch everything. I only watched 7 episodes. I didn't
you
like it.
bailed? Oh man.
I'm gonna finish it eventually, but I did not.
7
like
on how many? How many episodes is
it.
that?
It's usually
13?
no, a lot more.
Wow.
19.
Oh, 19
Like
episodes.
20, like over 20.
So does Jane ever become not a virgin?
Yeah, that happened a long time ago.
Jeez, Steve, get with it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But cause then she has this husband she was married to, but he dies. So then it's like the whole show jumped last season 3 years,
I hate when shows do that.
and then she got with like her boss.
It's an easy story beat. To
They
just
they
kinda-
started dating again. Her son's obviously older now, and then the last episode they open the door and her dead husband's standing there. So then
Dun, dun, dun.
this season they're like, oh look, and his name was Michael, but now he has amnesia.
Oh, I hate
That's
that.
lazy
He
story.
has
I hate amnesia.
He
That is
has
so
amnesia.
lazy.
He turned country and he changed his name to Jason.
How many people in real life do you think ever have amnesia? But in movies and television,
Is it just an epidemic we don't know about?
I mean, even Jason Bourne had damn amnesia.
It's
like,
not good. I was like, really, that's stupid. Like, even I was
What-
like, that's dumb.
I wonder what year it was that a TV writer read about amnesia.
was like, oh snap!
Yeah, because we have been seeing amnesia
Yeah.
for 40 plus years
Yeah.
on TV and movies.
But it's absolutely, it was so dumb. And then like she's like,
as soon as you said amnesia, I
because
was like,
she's a strictly like Catholic or Christian. I don't know the difference, but like they don't believe in divorce and all that. And she thought that he was dead, so she was gonna get married to her
So she had a
her
loophole.
boyfriend. But then she's like, I don't want to get a divorce from him now. We're still married. So her boyfriend's all mad about it and is like, what the heck? And then they're trying to get his memory back the whole time. And then he, at the last episode when she finally does the divorce papers, he remembers everything. And then now she rips him
I
up.
remember seeing that a long time ago. It's called Overboard.
yeah.
Ever seen it?
It
Goldie
really,
Hawn.
it's just not that good.
Were the writers watching 80s movies? Is that what happened?
I don't like it.
It sounds terrible.
It's not good.
It sounds
I know in the last episode she gets married. I'm pretty sure she gets married to her boyfriend.
So why don't you just do a move and just watch the last episode? I try to talk Michelle into that. As soon as we watch the first 3 episodes, I'm just like, oh, let's just go watch the 13th.
No
one.
one's doing a book report on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know. But, so there you go. Jane the Virgin is a turd sandwich. AGT is okay. But Holly, tell this next one to your uncle how much you love.
I love
Moms.
Dance Moms.
There's this fat woman with a wig and a
Yeah,
wheelchair
I
that just
know.
yells at everyone.
Yeah, and she's the one that did the jail stretch and all that
Abby Lee
stuff.
Miller,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I love Dance
This is
Moms.
what didn't Honey Boo Boo come off of that
No,
show?
that's Toddlers and Tiaras.
Oh, sorry.
I love Dance
How do you
Moms.
not know?
Dance Moms is I have three favorite shows.
In the Markey household, our Markey household is watching all the reality shows. Her and her mother.
My 3 favorite shows, Dance Moms is in those top 3.
What is so great about Dance Moms?
I just love Dance Moms. It's so good. I like this season's all new girls, even though one's a boy, but it's all new kids and all new moms. And I prefer all the old moms and daughters, but now they're all 16,
And they
so
all
they're not going to
get
be on the
catty
show.
and fight with each other over
It's so good.
Dance
I
time.
love Dance Moms.
It's been around a long time.
Yes, it's
her and Michelle.
TLC?
yes, this is the 8th season
They
too.
record
No,
it
is
and
it
they'll watch
Lifetime?
it. They love it.
Is it Lifetime?
I don't know.
Might be Lifetime. Okay.
One of those two.
A lot of our listeners want to know what channel it's on.
But I absolutely love Dance Moms.
Do you like the infighting with the moms? Do you like the chick who runs it bitching at them? What do you like the most?
It's just everything all together. It's so good. The actual
You can't pick one aspect, Steve.
the
It's
worst.
just- it's
I'll tell
all
you the
gold.
I'll tell you the worst part
It
though.
all works together.
Seeing
yeah.
them actually dance on stage, I don't care about that.
Just go back to bitching each other. You just want to see the infighting. You
Yeah.
don't care about the dancing. Or
But
anything.
it's so good.
Oh. Now tell your uncle your other secret pleasure there, the Dallas Cowboys show.
Oh, that's a good show.
Is
Dallas
that still on?
Dallas
Yes.
Cowboys cheerleaders.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
just like
That's
watching
CMT,
The
I believe.
DCCs.
the what?
DCCs. Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
They just like watching skinny girls get told they're fat all the time.
Dude, they're brutal. Literally, they cut a veteran who was on the team for 3 years. They said you gained 8 pounds, and they cut her.
That's one night at Krispy Kreme for me. I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly. They can't be on this podcast.
Whoa, that's a good show. Good show.
That's CMT?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are some of the ones, and of course anything with a boo boo in it. They
Oh,
watch.
that's my favorite show. in
Now
the
they're
world.
doing Coke.
Yeah.
What?
Honey Boo Boo.
You know how she
snorting
got-
a line of Coke, and
Not
the
Honey
mom's
Boo
all
Boo
strung
herself,
out
the
on
mom.
drugs too. No, did you see the daughter was like goofing around and pretending to snort stuff up her nose?
Every kid, not every kid. A lot of kids do that.
What are you kids doing?
if you stepped in my school, you should see all the stuff people
All the
snort.
blow?
I don't want to know.
It's a lot of stuff.
So this next one that you're talking about, I don't like her.
You don't?
So your complaint about Roseanne, it's her fault.
Oh, I know. I know.
So anyway.
Whitney Cummings, can I touch it? Whitney Cummings made the show Your Mother Hates because I like that girl in it, Two Broke Girls. I like Kat Dennings. I think
She's an attractive young lady. I like Laura Prepon. She's an attractive young
I
lady.
like Kat Dennings. So my wife can't wrap her head around that for some reason. Bright lips and big tits. I mean, what the fuck else?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't listen to that, Holly. But she wrote those, created those, and she's a stand-up comedian. She's
She
been around
also
a while.
rewrote the Return of Roseanne.
Yeah,
You're
she has a lot
complaining
to do
about
with Roseanne.
a lot.
I watched this stand-up with her. It's about an hour long. Better than Ellen DeGeneres, and better,
I didn't see Ellen.
and better than Wanda Sykes. Not much better, but a little bit. Whole hour of how women are oppressed, and
Yeah. Great.
that was a little rough. The thing, the most distracting part though, is something's different with her face.
Oh, so
Is
you
it
mean to say this
Botox?
powerful woman had to go get her face pulled back?
I
or
don't know if
something?
it's makeup, Botox, plastic surgery.
Could be a mix of both.
All I
of them.
found myself doing the whole hour is kept staring, going, and I was Googling pictures of her outfit. I'm like, what is? I can't figure
Wow.
it. I couldn't place
is
it.
she one of those chicks that has no lines on her face? She looks like a porcelain
Yeah,
doll.
and her cheeks got a little bigger, like
Yeah.
here. So I don't know. Yeah, it might be Botox. I don't know what it was because I kept staring the whole time. I
What
mean,
was some of the funnier bits that you remember?
the service dog one was funny. Again, men are scum, women are oppressed, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, women should be like service dogs. I see a service dog, and I want to pet it. And just, ooh, look at that dog. I gotta pet it because I got a weakness for dogs. But then I see its vest, and I realize it's working, so I don't pet it. So all women should just wear I'm working vests, and men won't touch us. You know, that's one of the jokes. She
Jeez,
did it.
I don't know why I haven't watched this one.
I mean, she did it much better than I did. But
No,
and
I know, but it's just like that's her whole sense of humor.
there
Like,
was an hour of that.
I got to be honest with you. That's why I struggle with a lot of female comics. Like, men comics can kind of rip on themselves. Women just want you to feel bad, like no, feeling bad for who I am as a person. And
It
I'm
would
not
have been
doing
bad if it was only a little part of it and they mixed in some other stuff, you know? But it was all. And then she went into this sex robot thing. And she had one built and brought out on stage. And it was kind of unique, but it wasn't all that funny.
guess, yeah.
So I better than Ellen, better than Wanda Sykes, but not much. So if those two are a 5, she's a 6. Please, someone watch it and tell me what's wrong with her face. That's the only thing I couldn't figure out.
Get with Steve on Facebook.
Yeah,
Let him
I mean,
know.
what happened to her face? That's all I really want to know. When it come, it was basically man bashing for an hour. Some of it funny, most of it wasn't.
And that was kind of my rub when I talked about the Aziz Ansari thing. Like, I come to watch comedy to just kind of laugh at us as humans. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't need you to apologize for sleeping with some girl and she freaked out. I don't need to feel bad that I am a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can I just laugh right now?
It's
Like,
2019. That's what we're all supposed to do. Is just feel bad.
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
You're a man, and if you're white, you get the double whammy.
yeah, I guess so.
If you're
man.
a white male, you're a piece of shit.
It just wasn't for me, and I knew not to even check it out.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Now, Holly, you're going to watch this one. This is HBO Hard Knocks with the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, so it comes back. Yeah, Holly's way into it. Every Tuesday, it shows a new episode through the preseason. This show, I've talked about it in years past. Now, at this point, we were the second season in Hard Knocks on the show for the podcast. This show, if you're a football fan, I don't know how you're not watching it. The only thing I can see is if you're too cheap to pay for HBO, which I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But this show is behind the scenes Oakland Raiders. Antonio Brown is already a diva. It's a hilarious.
He's nutty.
Wait,
I
what is that?
thank you. We got rid
He's
of
a
the
receiver for the.
He's
a football
he
show?
Could be,
Yeah.
He is one of the best receivers in the league, if not the best receiver in the league. But he comes with so much baggage.
He's modern day Terrell Owens.
He's locker room cancer. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
So this idiot shows up and his feet are completely torn apart because he went to cryo freezing.
Yeah, what, do you go barefoot?
Dude, I'm telling you, you didn't
His
listen
feet
to the
stick to
guy
the bottom?
there. Like, I mean, what are you doing?
They gave us big, thick socks to wear when we
He
went to
rides
do
a
that.
hot air balloon to the mini camp thing. I don't know if you saw the first
No, I
episode.
missed it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
a
it.
hot air balloon. I'm like, dude, you can't just chill out and just show up to mini camp.
What if you're going to show up minicamp?
It's
Show
just-
big.
Yeah, no.
But anyway,
That's how I arrive at practice every day.
the volleyball.
She's like, practice on the roof in the hot air balloon.
I got to tell you, the production value, back to the Hard Knocks thing before I got off in an Oakland Raiders tangent. We're going to handle a lot of this next week when we talk about a football preview. I love the way it's filmed. It's filmed fantastically. It's just kind of like anything behind the scenes of like UFC, NFL, NBA is always super fascinating to me. I think that all these professional sports teams need to just let film crews in. I don't need to necessarily see you at your home and see your junk and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but
I don't
like
need to see you playing
the
with
inner
your kids.
workings of professional sports is super fascinating. I can't say it enough, and I can't get enough of it. So, like, I watched a thing on Amazon about the All Blacks from New Zealand watching a rugby team just because it's so
Yeah.
fascinating. It's
Amazon does have some behind the scenes. They have it's not quite Hard Knocks.
The
but it's
Arizona Cardinals, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
And
few
they had
years
one
ago.
with Michigan too.
Oh, okay.
I watched. it
I
on Michigan.
gobble up all that stuff, and this Hard Knocks done by NFL Films, a new episode. It's really timely too. So they play through Sunday, and then they cut it and air it by Tuesday. It's great.
it's
so
close.
Hard Knocks, you can't go wrong.
Antonio Brown won't play unless he has his original helmet.
I
or
know.
something.
I'm so glad my squad got rid of him.
He's a nutcase.
Dude, and back to the point, you get to see some John Gruden this season, which is pretty good, pretty interesting and stuff.
he's always
So,
funny.
all in on Hard Knocks. I can't say enough of it as a football fan.
Now we're gonna do a little something different this week. It's called a retro review. Now, before you say anything, Charles, Holly, you have any idea who Prince is?
Yeah.
Who was he?
Can't tell you that. Wait. No.
Wait. No.
He was a singer in the 80s.
Yeah, I know
very
he's a
popular,
singer. I know
Passed
that.
away in 2016.
from painkillers or
And
something.
it's funny because, and
I
I
didn't
put
know
this
what kind
kind
of
of.
explanation you wanted.
So this is a retro review. We were listening to the Cyndi Lauper channel on my Pandora in the car.
Wait, she has a whole channel?
Well, I mean, there's stations.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Pandora stuff. And a Prince song came up. I don't realize how much I love Prince. As I got
There's a lot of hits.
dude, he is so good at times. And Purple Rain came on, and I was talking to Heather. I'm like, I'd never seen this freaking movie. Like, what is this movie? So we came home, and in Charles fashion, I immediately streamed Purple Rain. So this is my
you had to
retro.
pay for it?
Paid $3.99 to
You had to
rent.
pay $3.99 for a 1984
Steve, it was
movie.
so worth it because it's so good. It's so 80s. Oh my God. Like, so I had never seen it before. Film came out in 1984. I can't even tell you what it was about. Like, what is the plot of Purple Rain? Like, somehow they kind of show his dad and then he becomes a wife beater at some, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Prince is fantastic though. Like, it is so 80s. It is so poorly acted and just so fantastic. I had a couple notes I wrote down. I love When Doves Cry, one of my favorite Prince songs. I'm sure Holly has no clue what I'm talking about.
I
But
do know that
Steve's
song,
nodding.
actually.
That's a fantastic jam.
My favorite is probably 1999. Going to party. Like
Oh
it's
my
nice.
God!
I know that one
Prince,
too.
man.
Wow, I'm on my
telling you.
game.
Prince is popular. You know, by a
So
lot of them.
he had like a 80s movie montage with like two When Doves Cry. I was all in. I don't know what's
You
going
wait
on.
for Rocky to come out.
Yeah, dude, I was so stoked. I was like, dude, we got a montage in the middle of this movie. I'm telling you, man.
Side note, Holly, any movie with a montage, Charles automatically gives thumbs up.
Yeah, just so we know, I got a soft spot for
Solid
montage,
logic.
man.
You gotta have a montage.
I was joking with Lorna, and I put it in the notes too. Did Prince invent the color purple? I think he might have. I don't know.
I'm pretty
I was
sure he
telling
did.
Lorna, I'm like, I'm pretty sure if you go to school and tell them that, Crayola recognized it as a color after Prince. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But
it wasn't
I-
just a shade of blue up until then.
Yeah, it was just like a weird indigo, I think they went with, and then they called it purple. So I don't know, man. It oozed 80s, man. It was
Well,
came out in 84.
1984.
It also won a couple Academy Awards. I didn't realize he won both the song awards that season. He also won a boatload of Grammys for his music award. It was like a big music video, though. You know what I mean? So I can't give Purple Rain more than a huge thumbs up. And like I said, posthumously, I love Prince. I didn't realize how much I go and look for his stuff at like the Mopop Museum because he was such a small dude. You know, you're like a foot taller than Prince was, right? You know that, right?
He was shrimpy
He wore like heels in the movie.
and assless chaps.
Oh man, super entertaining guy, super eccentric. Purple Rain, man.
Was it a movie or a song first?
It was a.
So
came
all
out
those
with the movie.
songs, yeah, were in conjunction with this, and it's considered his opus according to what Heather was reading.
It's kind of like 8 Mile with Eminem, where he released three
kinda
or four songs in the
exactly.
soundtrack. For
But
that.
I can tell you what 8 Mile was about. I don't
Yeah.
think I can still tell you the plot to Purple Rain. It really,
It didn't matter.
I
Chicks were in
don't
love
quite
with him.
understand, but I had a
80s
great.
was a weird time. You ever notice that? Like the dudes that
Holly
act
has no clue. I was like,
in the
"Oh,
80s, the guys that act more feminine had more chicks after
dude,
them.
man,
And the
Prince
macho
was a
dudes,
slayer,
I
son.
know. What, in all those 80s hair metal, look at them. They all wear makeup
Dude, I'm
and
telling you.
tights and hairspray. It's just kind of
We're going to keep doing it. I'm going to go back. Steve's going to go back. We're going to pick a random movie a week of something that was like a perfect example is that heavy metal movie. I've never seen that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that was on my cult classics.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go back.
terrible.
And it's terrible.
It makes no sense.
So kind of over the next few weeks, I figured we could just mix in some kind of older retro review type stuff.
There was one I always saw parts of, never saw all the way through, but it was on cable the other day. Risky Business. Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that either.
Yeah, that's all about a kid hiring a whore.
I mean, and like I
Quite
told
unique.
you, Prince, the hero in Purple Rain's like a wife beater. Like
Oh,
it's
man. That's
it was a different time, man. It was a different time. But anyway, big huge thumbs up to Purple Rain. This is the beginning of our new retro review series. We're
Holly's
gonna
gonna
start
rent it
doing.
tomorrow.
Dude, you got to check it out. Prince is so good. Oh my God. Someone I came
We
to
got to get
late.
90s. So the kids in Holly's grade like 90s stuff.
You know,
Like they like scrunchies, overalls,
there's a
and TLC.
handful of stuff that
I
like
have a
people
scrunchie in right now.
like.
See?
I brought up one to Heather that I thought was the heavy metal movie. The other one was Flashdance. I've never seen Flashdance.
Oh, terrible. saw Flashdance. It's terrible.
Isn't that where
That's
the
that
guy
famous
sits in a
scene where-
chair
Yeah.
and he
She's
pulls
like
in
a
the right
welder?
arm?
It's been ripped on about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the beginning of it. Purple Rain, huge thumbs up, super 80s. Don't know what it's about. Don't care. Had a great time. Retro
I should
review.
write you a list because I watched. It was. I told you when on that whole cult, the Boondock Saints, both of them.
Yeah,
oh my
I've seen
God, are
those
those
before,
They're
yeah.
terrible.
I thought the first one pretty.
thought
The
that
Willem
was
Dafoe
terrible.
stuff's pretty interesting.
There's one with Ben Affleck way back. I can't. America. I can't. I'll have to look it up.
But
But
anyways,
anyways,
so we're gonna do retro reviews, and we'll fill in the blanks. Steve will pick one week, and we'll just kind of randomly bring up stuff, talk about really topical, current things.
so 3 minutes of wrestling. I always like to go a little unique. SummerSlam is coming up now. Holly, again, tell me how many people were at the Shawn Mendes concert.
A ton. I can't tell you how many.
But
A
I mean,
ton.
it looked
was
almost sold out,
filled.
right? Now let's go to the next night, which was Tuesday night. Our friend Eric Wigington, who will be here
So
for the football.
literally
preview
the next
year.
night. So I love
next
I
night.
love that logistics of that. So they kicked Shawn Mendes out real
John
quick.
Mayer was there the day before.
So
Shawn
I mean,
Mendes.
boom, boom.
John Mayer, Shawn Mendes,
Woo!
SmackDown.
Wow.
So that building's making some money.
Yeah, ain't it though?
Well, they might not be making that much at SmackDown. So our friend Wiggs, his nephew is really into wrestling. So him, his brother, their kids, all bunch of kids, they went and saw the live taping.
Is your blood sugar low?
At the live taping of SmackDown that's on television. It was a televised show.
Yeah.
The whole he sent me pictures. The whole upper deck was tarped off.
Is it is it logoized tarp or is it just generic tarp?
It was just, I think, a red and black tarp. It literally
Because
just
the colors of
tarped off.
SmackDown is like blue, right? So that's not something to.
No, that was something
Like
they
the
asked
venue
LCA
put
to
in.
do,
Yeah, wow.
And then there was big sections in the lower bowl that were empty.
Wow.
So Wiggs was quite
That product
shocked.
is struggling.
They are struggling, and so that was a live televised. Can you imagine that in the '90s if we went to a
Never
Raw?
in a million years.
It's sold out. Nitro sold out.
Yeah.
SmackDown sold out. And here they are. Can't even fill up the LCA.
The product is bad, Steve.
Ooh.
I know we break your balls every week when we talk about it, but you and I both admit it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that product
bad.
is struggling.
And the attendance is starting to show. And then Wiggs was like, it was a terrible show. I watched it on TV, see if I could see Wiggs pop
Oh,
up.
yeah?
It was a bad show.
How
They
much
had
did
a lot
Wiggs
of-
pay for tickets, curiously? Did you know?
That I don't know. I want to say around 50. We'll have to ask
Yeah,
him.
bring that up.
But,
Who did
yeah.
he take his kid out with him?
No, his kiddo's not into it. His nephew, Brian, and his kid.
Oh, okay.
And then I think he took one of his girlfriend's kids.
Okay.
Little girl, I think. So it was like.
So he had a
four.
crew going down there?
Yeah, and they did the Nemos thing too. They parked at Nemos
Okay.
and drove over. But I guess apparently the attendance wasn't that big, so you really didn't
Yeah,
have to.
who knew? You could have walked right up.
Yeah, so wrestling. So to improve the wrestling struggling, my stock at one time was up over $90-something.
Yeah.
Bought it for 32. It's down to 60. now.
He's out of excuses.
Oh.
From all that I gather, is the WWE's out of excuses at this point.
Yeah. Well, they were blaming it on injuries. They're blaming it on this and that, and the stock's dropping, attendance dropping. He's hurting. And if there's any time for
These donuts are so good.
if there's any time for AEW to put their
Glad
print
you like
on,
'em.
at least save one for your mother. Just one.
She's not making any promises.
She has those ice cream things.
She can eat the mochis, is what she's saying.
Give her emojis. All right. So I thought that was interesting. So attendance is low, stock is low.
WWE is a terrible product, and it's finally, you think that the masses are catching up to
It's starting to catch up, but wrestling has always gone up and down. 80s.
This
with
seems like a
Hogan,
really big down, though. I'll be honest.
early
with you.
90s was way down. Late 90s was way up. Early
They're
2000s.
a publicly traded company now, so
Yeah, they weren't-
shareholders
they
can
weren't
bring up
public
that they
back
want to change. So that they're in a different ball game.
Yeah,
with the way
back in the
that
80s
works.
and the 90s, they weren't a
You can
stock.
take a lull. And
Wrestling's filmed at a different place every episode.
Yeah, it's like a traveling circus.
Really?
basically. You got to get the
Oh.
product in front
I
of
thought
people.
they all recorded it at like the same
No,
place.
the wrestlers would love that, so they don't have to travel 300 something days a year.
But how would you get people down there all those
Yeah,
days?
so.
Oh,
And then now, are you familiar with the 2K wrestling games?
I am. Yeah, the last one had the AJ Styles cover.
Yeah,
right?
this cover is going to be Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch. They're making
Okay.
a big deal. First female wrestler on the cover. Ukes is one of the ones that makes.
That's the developer of it.
Yes, they've been there since the PS2 version of SmackDown, and they are gone now. They got shit canned. The next version, which will be 2K1.
Wait, were sales sluggish? Is that what are we doing this for? you
Sales
know?
are down a little bit, and the critics have been slamming it a little bit.
So they're just trying to get in.
They've got Madnitis right now, where they're just kind of well, they switched over. It was THQ and Ukes.
Yeah.
THQ would be the one to produce.
That's the publisher.
Yeah, THQ went on business and sold the contract to 2K.
So
So
it's
the last-
Ukes development, 2K publisher.
Yeah.
How is that affecting? You know what I mean? That shouldn't affect the product at that point. The developer is the biggest thing.
Yeah, they wanted to go in a little bit of a newer, fresher direction, so they're canning Ukes and Visual Concept, which is their
So
in-house.
in typical McMahon fashion,
This
he's
has
not.
nothing to do with McMahon. This is 2K doing this.
But I'm assuming it's 2K in conjunction with WWE saying that we don't have the sales that we want to.
Yeah, and they've claimed it's gotten Madnitis, where it's just kind of here's an updated roster, here's an updated roster.
Instead of blaming the product that they're wrapping the game around,
they're blaming the
game that is,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at some point.
Well, see, their thoughts in the game though. You bring in all the classics. You got the Austins. It's not you're just not stuck to the current product. with
Do
the
you
game.
think a change in developer is a good thing?
I think it's been stale for a while.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think it would be a good shot in the arm. We'll just see
you know
how it
what's not
goes.
stale? These donuts.
One of the best-selling games last year was NBA 2K19.
We're going to talk about that a little later. Did you see that? Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little later.
So Visual Concepts makes that. So the Visual Concepts is like the in-house developer for 2K.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I feel like the WWE is doing what all corporations do. Instead of saying the product is stale and bad,
they're
we're
blaming-
going to reach in. It's the developer that's causing the video game sales to slump.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? It was injuries into this.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you know what I
Of
mean?
course, pass the
Like,
buck. Yeah,
at some point, you got to say, like, hold on, we're screwing things up here a little bit, but they'll never do that.
Yeah. So next year when this new developer takes over, I'll have to run it, check it out, and see if it's. got
I'll be
anything.
curious, yeah.
Yeah. See. But
So this version coming up is developed by Ukes.
and next year's will be
All new.
Visual Concepts.
Okay.
This one was developed with Visual Concepts, so it was Ukes and Visual Concepts. Next year will just be all Visual Concepts.
I get you.
So we'll see if it changes any. Got a gut feeling it's not going to be much different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so, but we'll
because
see.
again, the product's not changing.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right. So there's some wrestling news. Things aren't
I
looking
just
good.
felt this whole thing
I
move
moved,
from
shift
that.
everything.
I heard it crack and move.
Holly felt the fat quake coming. So we're going to go to rapid fire where Holly can participate again. And the month of August is struggling with some movies. I'm telling you right now. There is some streaming stuff coming out, but other than that, we're struggling. In the
You
month of
missed a
August.
movie.
Which movie did I miss?
Angry Birds comes out on Mom's birthday.
Oh, well, you know what? We'll start rapid fire with Angry Birds 2 coming out at the movies. It's, of course, like everyone that wants to play it along at home. You could say, yes, I want to see it. No, I don't. Or what is that? So Angry Birds 2, first one was a surprise hit about 2 years ago. I'm a no, even though it was a surprise hit. Holly?
I'd watch it at home.
So you're a no at the movies.
It's at the movies.
Oh, at the movies, see it now.
And Charles?
And I'm a no. I thought that I like Bill Hader and Jason Sudeikis, who was in the first.
And Danny McBride.
Yeah, there's a handful of good people, but it's a wait for me.
Did you see the first one?
Yeah.
It was better than it should have been. Right?
Yeah, it was funny, but you had enough talent attached to it that it could be pretty funny.
Yeah.
If you let some of these people go, it can get really funny.
All right, and the next one, I feel like this movie is 10 years later than it should be. Dora, the
20.
Lost City of Gold from Nickelodeon. Weird timing on this one. I like Michael Pena, but no, I'm not going to see this. Holly?
No.
It's a weird live action thing too. Heather just told me there's going to be a swiper in it, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a weird real life.
I'm a huge no, but I just thought it was interesting.
This next one, Bert is always confirmed. Bert is a strong yes on this next one already. The scary stories to tell in the dark. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
What's the premise here?
It's horror
It
movie.
is just a basic trapping horror.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I think it's 3 or 4 short
I wondered.
stories.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was it condensed?
One of them
little
has
stories?
like a killer scarecrow looking
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I saw some of the trailers.
So this is Bert's gonna be Halloween.
Oh,
pick
him
of
and
the
his woman are already headed to the
Oh,
theater
wow.
as soon as this comes out. They came out this weekend. I can probably ask him Monday how good that is. I'm a no on scary stories to tell in the dark. And Holly,
Nope.
you want to see a horror movie?
Nope.
You're seeing it too. by the
Don't
way.
want to see it.
You're going to see it. I'm taking you. You're going.
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna say it because it's a bad one. I'll wait for Bert's review. He was right on Strangers. I'm hoping he can come back with a good review on this one.
He's
but
hyped
I'm
on this
no.
one just because of the scarecrow monsters. Oh, the scarecrow monsters look good. I'm like,
I don't know. That's a little tough, man.
this one is with Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and the girl Moss from Handmaid. I can never think of her first name.
Whatever.
Kate Moss or Matt.
They're
Kathy
not
Moss.
funny.
No, this is a
Serious.
drama. This is The Kitchen. It's hard to take a women drama
Like
movie.
Hell's Kitchen, I believe.
It's hard to take a women's drama movie serious when it's called The Kitchen. So
Jay Leno's writing Steve's jokes.
I know.
here.
Well, I was just saying. No, for me, Melissa McCarthy's really been sliding down a little bit here lately. So how?
I like the one she has forging the
No,
signatures.
I don't even know what that
Please
is.
forgive me.
Yeah.
I'm a no. It should be funny, and it's not. It's played for serious, and I'm out. So
Yeah.
no thanks.
So The Kitchen, no good. Now on Blu-ray this week. This is a little bit of a struggle. Not a lot coming out. But Amazing Grace. Now this was a
A
performance.
little bit of a struggle. Like 3 of these are like some of the biggest movies in this past
Well,
year.
well, 2 out of the 4. This Aretha Franklin did a live performance in 1972 of some church. It was like a long, very. They're releasing it on Blu-ray. I mean, I like her music, but I wouldn't go out and buy or rent a movie based on it. So I'm a no on Amazing Grace. Holly,
Definitely not.
no RESPECT for you.
No.
Oh man,
I'm a big fan of Prince posthumously. I'm not a huge
but
fan
not
of
Aretha
Aretha Franklin.
No Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, no.
This next one I'm kind of interested to see just because it made money.
Ryan Reynolds can be a funny dude.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I'm a yes because I'm eventually going to watch this. Holly?
Yeah, I'd watch it.
On Blu-ray, I'm a yes too. I
Yeah,
think so,
yeah.
And then Lorna get a kick out of it.
And of course, this next one made all the monies. It made more money than the world. Avengers Endgame. I saw it in the theater. Of course, I'll probably watch it on Blu-ray. Probably buy a copy of it. Charles can watch my copy. Holly, what
I was
do you
gonna
think?
say it's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it.
I'm a no.
Oh,
Hater.
I haven't watched the previous one with Thanos, so I don't know.
The previous one was better.
yeah, I like the first one better.
Don't think I'm missing much.
You're missing Spider-Man dying.
Who cares about Tom Holland? Next.
Oh my God, Holly,
Me.
Holly stabbed you in the throat. Descendants 3. This is with the dead kid. It just died. I can't think of his name.
Cameron Boyce.
There it is. He just died in his sleep. He's in one of the Descendants. This has a big following on the Disney Channel. It's coming out on Blu-ray. Holly, if I remember correctly, watched the
I
series.
watched both of them.
Yeah, it looks terrible to me. I'm a no. Holly?
The first one was good. The second one was not good. So this one's probably not gonna be good. So I probably won't watch it.
I have to be a what? I don't know what this is.
It's
don't
like
know.
Disney.
No, I wasn't asking for an explanation. Just gonna go with a what.
Okay.
No,
All
I'm
the
kidding.
Disney villains had kids.
I was joking.
She's like, okay. Now, TV streaming. This was a little hard one here. Tiffany Haddish presents They Ready, because that's good English. Basically, it's like
Up
a
and coming
comedy
female
show.
comics.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably watch it if I'm bored one day, so I'm a yes. Holly?
Nope.
Yeah, you don't like stand-up comedy.
I like stand up. I don't know much about it, so like you said, it might be a random check it out. So I'm a maybe, I guess.
This next one is an actual TV or show coming out on Netflix, The Family. I had to put the description down because I even have to read the
It's got a
description.
big push. They sent me a push notification. Literally.
Oh,
for it, yeah.
investigative journalists expose the Fellowship, a Christian fundamentalist organization quietly operating in the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. Yeah, I don't need more drama after seeing Orange is the New Black from Netflix.
Was this like a documentary or?
No, I thought this was a show, wasn't it?
It sounds okay.
Even though you just described it, I'm a what? 'Cause I don't know what just came out.
I'm a
your
no.
mouth.
I'm a no.
I'm a no too. I don't know what about it.
And this next one, it came out on Fox, but coming on Hulu the same day, which is unusual. Beverly Hills 90210 is back. I had to be a yes because I watched the first episode. Holly?
No, it was terrible.
Heather hated it. I'm a no because I wouldn't watch Beverly Hills 90210. But like Heather, I didn't understand it's not a relaunch of Beverly Hills 90210. It's about them trying to get the relaunch.
Yeah,
it's
it was real
it's
weird.
Scripted to the.
They played themselves, but they had fictional husbands
Yeah,
and wives.
really weird. I don't know. It's an odd
Michelle
premise.
watched it, so I had to sit through it out of
This
curiosity.
screams of Fuller House. I think you're going to get like a little bit, like a season of nostalgia, and then people are going to bail on it and just realize, like, hey, there's a reason why these shows aren't on TV anymore.
People didn't bail on Fuller House.
Yeah, it got canceled.
Okay, but it lasted pretty long.
Like 2 seasons?
3, maybe 4. Just saying.
How dare you, Trevor?
Just saying.
It smells the same deal.
Games, I mean, Madden's the big game for August, but there are a couple little ones. Metal Slug 3 remade for PS4, if you remember the old
People
Neo
love
Geo.
Metal Slug, yeah.
I won't pay money to play it, but I'd rent it, but I think it's only digital, so I'm going to know I'm Metal Slug. Holly?
No.
Say, what?
What?
Just say what?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And I'm a no on you. There should be like smaller 8-bit type games, like Super NES, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like those aren't fleshed out games.
And this last one is a virtual reality.
Say the name on this one.
I
Is it Sirento?
Yeah, I think so. It came out for Oculus Rift first, and now it's coming over to the
I
PS4.
didn't know this one.
It's like a futuristic Yakuza kind of game where you have swords and guns.
All right.
I mean, if you had a VR, maybe rent it and check it out, but I don't, so I'm a no.
No.
I'm a no. I don't know much about it, so yeah, I'd be a no.
I mean, a little rough mid-August in the summer to find stuff, but there's some replays and what's coming soon for everybody. Now, next we got some reviews, and there's just some different kind of reviews. Now, first, Charles already has a Fitbit, right?
Yeah, I have a Charge 3. My daughter loves it. I talked about it on the podcast. Steve tried it on and seemed like it fit his meaty wrist, so then that sent him down the rabbit hole.
I asked my daughter, my number one problem is finding...
He has a fat wrist. Not only does he have a fat head, he has a fat wrist.
fat head, fat wrist. And, well, I got the Versa. That's kind of like a smartwatch mixed with the Fitbit.
Yeah, it's kind of the tweenie of the Apple Watch and my Fitbit. You're kind of right in that sweet spot in the middle.
Now, it's regular $200. I got it at Walmart on sale for $160, so that's not bad.
Seems like a pretty good deal.
It comes with small or large wristbands. The problem is...
As did the Charge 3. So
yeah, I had to pop the small one off and put the large one on. Now, my problem was there's a little metal tab and the wristband underneath. I'm sitting in my truck Thursday morning. I'm like, I don't need just do... I broke the damn tab off.
We forgot about fat fingers as well.
Yeah, fat fingers as well. So I had to use my knife and pop it out. It took a while, but so just if you get one, just be careful with that little metal knob on there. But I like it a lot. It's a smart watch. I downloaded about 180 songs and put it on here.
So that's what I was going to ask you. So you hit me up about the music thing. So there's actual memory built into yours that you can log it into your Fitbit. So you have an actual internal memory on this unit.
Yes.
Okay. And then how are you listening to it? You pair it with a Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do it. That brought the speaker. We'll talk about it in a minute. I went and bought a cheap pair of $20 Insignia Bluetooth headphones.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use them at the gym or walking.
So this is without phone.
Yeah, no phone.
No phone,
phone.
nothing. So in the gym, you could leave your phone in the locker room and then have just your headphones into your watch. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I got 185 songs. It holds up to about 300, it said.
Okay.
So you have 300 songs. I mean, I'm not a DJ, so I don't need thousands of songs.
I don't know. Man.
Holly
That
does.
beats, son.
Yeah, I know. But so it's kind of
How
nice.
does the interface work to get to it? Is it a pretty clean interface for you
Yeah.
and stuff
I mean,
like that?
so you just scroll over. There's music. You just hit the button. It
Now, when
comes
you
up.
click music, does it know it's going for the local music on there or just the phone?
Yeah, because there's more options
preferences?
to music.
Okay.
You can go and stream Pandora, and there's some.
You got to have your phone Bluetooth connected at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's
no,
still pretty cool.
No, actually,
It can do an
if
offline
you have
mode.
Wi-Fi, it'll pull it in.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
you can log your credentials to Pandora on just this, not need your phone.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's not. It's a good watch. I mean, essentially, I bought it for the steps and stuff, and I got it Thursday. I didn't make my steps Thursday. I made 7,000, but I've made 10,000 every day, including today, because I ate a lot of sugar today. So I got to make sure I burned something. So I like the watch a lot. I never owned a smartwatch.
Let me ask you, let me derail you again real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of battery life are you seeing out of it?
I wear it all day, and by the time I take it off at night, if I take it off, it's still at almost 89%.
Okay, so you've never drawn it
In the
ran
direction,
down.
in the directions it came with, it said you can get 4 days.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's
I
a
got to
long
tell you,
time.
it's a handy
It's
watch.
waterproof. I wore it to the gym, took
That's
a
what I was
shower
gonna
with
say. I
it.
swim with mine on and everything like that. Can
Yeah.
you swim with yours on
Yeah,
and everything?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
And whatever exercise you're doing, there's an app for it. So you can hit exercise, and then you could pick, like, I'm running, no. On a bike, no. No.
God forbid. Never.
Never. Swimming, there's one. You can put that on there. Treadmill, I did that one. And then weight training.
So
I-
it's gonna when it couples with
monitors-
the app, it's gonna use your heart rate along with the activity to
Yep.
give you a few more calories.
Yep. So it's-
Fantastic.
It tracks your sleeping. The sleeping I found was a little. All it did was tell me how many hours I slept. I was like, okay.
It should tell you wake time and all that kind of stuff too.
It
Dig
said-
deeper in the app.
It said like 58 minutes awake, and I slept for
Yeah,
5.5
it'll give you a
hours.
chart and everything like
But
that.
I don't want to wear it at night.
Oh, you don't? I
I
wear mine all
I
the
don't, I don't
time.
like sleeping with it, so I take it off at night.
Now, if I send you a text, can you reply to the text
Yes.
on the
Well,
phone?
it's got 5 replies.
Okay, so it's similar to mine.
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
Okay.
So you can reply to
you can
text.
bake in a few. Yeah,
I get my emails. I can do all that.
it's
kind of
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, it sounds
So
really nice.
I like it a lot so far. So the way my job is stuff is set up, and I told Charles this, I do a bulk of my walking in the morning before work, do a little bit during the work, and then a big batch at night. So I'm not very consistent at going every hour. And the watch yells at you.
I told you 10
Every
man.
hour, 250.
250.
Yeah.
If you
I
can
can't
have,
do
I
that.
just see there are days I have 18,000 steps, and at 10 to 10, it's like get up. Are you serious, man? I got 18,000 steps.
You'll notice this when you get your Apple Watch if you do the tracking.
It picks on you.
Yeah, it'll yell at you. Get up, Timmy. But I tell you what, when you hit that 10,000 and get the little parade and it starts vibrating on your eye, like, yes!
Fantastic.
You
I
feel like
like-
you've accomplished so much.
I gotta tell you, I like the Fitbit. I don't know. I mean,
liked it.
I like you. I just need a real kind of surface layer with the phone integration. I don't need a ton of it, and these seem to be that sweet spot where they're not like an Apple Watch is crazy. Like, hold on, Holly's calling me from her watch. I don't need all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And so if anyone can see, look, I got a fat wrist, and this is the large. It fits. So
Yeah.
that was my main concern. I was going to buy
The
this thing.
Apple Watch did not fit
Yeah,
him.
the Apple Watch couldn't
Apple-
even close on my wrist.
Apple Watch was nowhere close to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I gotta tell you, it's not. You can go online, get new, like update your bands and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Real
yeah.
nice. I'm a big fan of the Fitbit product.
You can get
I am.
yellow and we can match.
Okay, no one wants yellow, but that's a whole
She's
conversation.
yellow for
I
you.
also feel like they're pretty accurate. The only thing I feel like they cheese you on a little bit is when you're driving, because there's something about that rotation of your wrist. It tends to fake some steps there. But.
Yeah. So, in addition to the Fitbit this week, we bought a Sony. This is called an SRS XB12.
Oh, jeez.
Terrible name.
Where'd you pick it up at?
This is Best Buy.
Okay.
Regular $50, got on sale for $39.99. What the deal is when I cut the grass and stuff, yeah, I have a phone, but I don't want to wear headphones or anything because it gets hot and sweaty. I just want to listen to some music or whatever if I'm working outside. And my phone, you can't. I mean, you get 3 feet away from it, you can't hear the thing.
Okay.
So with this, you can play.
Coupled to that.
And I can put it on here. Also, Holly takes it to her friends if she goes swimming. They can listen to what they call it, the jams, right? Yeah.
Bops.
You can listen to her bops on here. So she's already attached her iPhone to it. So what you can do, you can.
So this is without phone. So if you were going outside, and to your point, mowing the lawn, you could basically attach that tether to the handle on the lawnmower. And then,
you can listen to it, even
Okay.
though for some reason I
How
think-
much battery life are you getting when Holly starts playing her bops? What's the battery life on that?
Now this claims 16 hours.
This little speaker here.
Yep.
What kind of charge time do you look at for that?
About 2 hours. I
Okay.
don't know. I haven't charged it.
I was going to
yet.
say, haven't gotten down to 0 yet.
Oh, okay.
How do you even check what percentage it's
I
at?
don't know what he's up to. He's trying to like.
I'm trying
compare
to. It disconnected because we've disconnected.
Steve, we
the-
believe it's a Bluetooth.
I know, we
speaker.
got
You
it.
I know. I mean, what are you doing? We
Oh,
believe
sorry.
you.
I was going to play a song.
We don't have the
You
rights
get a
to
general
it.
idea.
Great.
how
Now they're
loud it
kicking
is.
us
I
off
know,
YouTube and
geez.
Facebook right now as we speak. You can't.
First of all, you don't even like Ariana Grande. What are you
It was
doing?
the first song that came up. What do you want to tell you?
Your playlist is Ariana
there it
Grande.
is.
Nonetheless, that's cool though. So you're coupled with that. You're free of your phone. You know what
You
I mean?
can walk
That's kinda-
around, cut the grass, leave this on the table, put it on the lawnmower,
Back
listen to
to your Fitbit. How are you syncing the songs to the Fitbit?
it. That's through,
Wirelessly or through the dock?
it's
cradle?
through Wi-Fi. So
Okay.
you take the phone. You got to download a PC app.
Okay.
And then
So there's a head end on a PC that you'll
Yeah.
see the watch, and then you're able
you
to
put your playlist on the PC app, and then you turn it on, it'll sync. It took about 45 minutes to sync 185 songs.
Oh, okay.
So it's not instant, but once it's done, You're good.
And
to
then,
go.
like you said, you couple it with a little Bluetooth speaker. I
Yep.
don't need my radio at this point. I don't need my phone, rather. And I guess we're just old men. Sometimes I don't like carrying my phone everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I don't either.
So that's pretty cool.
So the watch is working out, and the speaker. Holly, did you like the speaker? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, Holly used it. It's a couple times. We leave it in the bathroom, so if anyone wants to take a shower and listen to their bops, they can listen to their bops. While they
And like you
scrub
said,
their
the
hair.
tether's pretty cool. So, like you said, you can hook it onto a handle of a bike, or
It's waterproof, right?
Yeah, it's waterproof too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
it
that just
pops
like a
off.
button or something like
Yeah, I
that?
haven't really messed with it, but it does. Pop
Yeah,
off.
and then you could put that right around the handle or
Oh,
do
you just
whatever.
slide it off like that.
Yeah.
And put it on.
Yeah,
How much was it
nonetheless.
originally?
It's It's $50 originally. It was $39 on sale at Best Buy. They
cool.
had other speakers, and stuff like that, but the price really goes
JBL
up.
makes some pretty nice ones. I've seen
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I mean, of course, you got Bose, but you're going to pay through the nose for Bose and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So there we go. We're looking at a little bit of audio. I don't do a lot of audio stuff, but I will say I try to pair. I've never, funny enough, as much as I love headphones, you love headphones. I've never tried on a noise canceling pair of headphones.
they're so expensive.
Yeah, well, they had a pair of Bose ones at Best Buy. You know how loud a Best Buy is sometimes with all the noise going on? I put those on. I couldn't hear nothing. It was amazing. I was like, whoa.
He finally discovered. When
I
world
know,
was away
I know
from you.
I'm behind on things. And I went home and told Michelle, I go, if you can't sleep and it's noisy, you should invest in some of those
What are you going to
headphones."
listen to?
Well, she can listen to sounds of the ocean. Or she can listen to Holly's
smashing them.
ASMR as she
God.
eats donuts. So there you go.
yeah.
So Sony Bluetooth, I really liked. The Fitbit, I really liked.
The Fitbit seems really
Unless
cool.
you're Holly and you have to have Apple Watch. The only downside about
True.
the Fitbit, I would say, I really like the old school chrome-looking watches. You know what I'm talking about? The kind of dressy. I wish they made a look like that. instead
Well,
of just
you can
plain
get, like, that's
plastic.
what I was saying, the upgraded band. You can get that same look to the band, not the face, obviously.
Yeah,
but
that's the only bummer, but that's just me being old school. So, but it's a nice watch. I like it. So far, so good.
cool.
So me and Raven both like our smartwatches, and Charles. So
I'm gonna join
Mine's
the
not as
club.
smart.
I'm gonna
Mine's-
join it on Tuesday.
yeah,
Mine's
hers
a
is
little
coming.
further back. Like I said, I got generic replies and stuff, but I like my Charge 3 big time.
So now, Charlie, wheel that over.
Yeah. So what Steve's talking about wheeling over is a new toy I got because, as BB said, I got way too much disposable income. So this is a Swagtron
is it there?
Swagger 5.
It's not as cool as the Swag Wag. That's what we call my truck.
Okay, well, we're hoping one day. So this is
That's good enough. They can see it
that's
on the
yeah,
camera.
you can see it right there. So basically, this is the electric scooters that you rent similarly, like when you go to like cities and stuff like
They
that.
have them downtown.
Yeah, correct. Those are Lime scooters or Bird scooters. This exact scooter is made, or the rental Bird company that you ever see is
Yeah.
that exact scooter. I only paid $300 for it. It goes 11 miles.
Only?
What's that?
That's about 150 more than I thought. You were
Yeah, well,
So what's the point of the electric part?
so it goes 20 miles an hour. It'll go 17, 18 miles an hour with my big ass on it. So,
So you don't have to pedal. You just stand on it.
I just stand on it and twist the throttle and it goes. It's crazy. So
After
you'll
the
get
podcast, you're going to have to give us a demonstration.
well, hold on. One of my complaints about it though is it's got a front pneumatic tire. It's got an air tire in the front and a solid rubber tire in the back. I can't manage to keep air in this front tire. It keeps it keeps deflating. I'm going to replace it with a solid rubber tire. It's a bad design, is what I would say. It's a weird, like, air-filled tire to make it seem less rugged on you as you hit bumps and stuff like
Now,
that.
what are you going to do with this?
Ride it.
Heather's going to ride it to work. She only works 3 miles from the house, so she's going to ride that much.
She's going to ride that for 3 miles?
I don't think you realize how fast it goes, Steve. This is not 1950. You know what I
Like
mean?
you know those
But
longboards
don't
that
she
you
got to
can
take like
do
a
it
bag or coffee with
She
it?
just
or
puts a
whatever?
backpack. I mean, only you and Michelle move into work every day. Most people can go pretty lean
No,
to
not
work.
me, just Michelle.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, so we're trying to green up our commute to work. I got the e-vehicle. We're trying to green up Heather's thing. It's a blast. Me and Lorna got on this thing, and we're zooming around. It's kind of sketchy how fast you get going. I will not ride it without a helmet on. I don't know. So you can go downtown to Holly's Point and just rent a scooter.
Yeah.
They don't check that you got a helmet on.
There's been 3 deaths. so far
I
since
believe it. So, like, to me, I think that they should be some kind of graduation to those. Like, after X amount of rentals, you can go full speed. because I'm telling you, the first time I got on that thing, and we ride kick scooters here all the time. Lorna kind of got me and Heather into them, and now as a family, we're kind of doing that whole thing. This thing is sketchy, admittedly. Like, dude, you get flying way too fast on that thing. I'm telling you.
What's the weight limit?
350.
Well, when we went downtown for the concert, there was a bunch of people like riding across the streets on it too, everywhere.
And they hit the grooves of the truck. I work with a guy who flipped over the handlebars on one.
Ooh.
All I'm saying, it's a blast. $300. The only thing that was of note, this is the little charger it came with. So this plugs in and then plugs into the side. This thing got screaming hot. I don't know if it's going to burn my house down. I don't know what's going on, but like...
It's like the hoverboards.
That's what I thought of. That was kind of my vibe of the whole thing, but looking around online, no one complained of the issue, just maybe me.
Charge them mugs outside.
Yeah, I put it in the garage, so... But so far, big fan of it. The only thing is, like I said, the pneumatic front tire, I'm going to correct that. I actually got some honeycomb tires that are going to be solid rubber that are coming in, and I'll swap those out, and I'll talk about that in a later podcast. But big fan of the Swagtron Swagger 5.
The name really, really does it.
Well, it's actually, you want me to keep going, it's a relabel of Xiaomiao 365 or something crazy. It's all Chinese.
Swagtron was a lot better.
It's all Chinese. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I just figured I'd bring it in and show it on the podcast. Comes with a cool kickstand and everything. It's got a wide board, too. I can put both my feet kind of side by side on it, not all directly across from each other, but it's got a lot of room. So,
That's one trend, no desire.
what? To have fun?
No,
I know. You and Michelle don't.
It's whatever.
I'm just kidding.
I don't like them.
They're fun. You never did them as a kid, though. You were lost on that. We used to have kick scooters all the time as kids.
I had bikes, and I did have rollerblades, but other than that, nah, I'm good.
Did you not want it to snap?
I don't know if it's...
Were you scared of it
You
breaking?
just slide it back on. I just wanted to bring
Well,
it
I
up.
didn't do skateboards either.
I don't equate those to a skateboard, though.
I didn't do skateboards or those little weird scooter things. I don't know.
They're fun.
Wasn't a fan.
They're a blast.
Now, a side note with your electricity stuff, we did go to a Walmart in Novi.
Uh-huh.
What was it? 6 slots for electric cars.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I've yet to charge the house or car at the house. Still haven't done it. Not
Jeez.
one time, man. I hit 1,100 miles on the Bolt and have not paid a dime to make that thing go.
Good way to get around things. So here's Holly's favorite part of the thing: MMA fighting.
Yeah, so...
I love the specificness. 135 seconds.
We just do that as a joke. Come on. We're supposed to be funny sometimes. So we were supposed to live broadcast the bare knuckle fighting. Had an event yesterday. My throat, if you can't tell, has just been a complete nightmare. I feel like crap, but anyway, I ended up watching the event. It was all free. I'm glad it was free because it was kind of a crappy event. If you'd paid money for it, you'd have been a little bummed. The other thing that's crazy, too, there's so much weed paraphernalia, advertised with it.
Where were we when we saw that CBD painkiller today?
Hallmark.
Yeah, Hallmark is selling CBD.
Well, what about Family Videos selling it, too?
Well, Family is kind of a dirtbag place. But Hallmark in a Novi mall?
Yeah,
That
a
was
little
weird.
sketchy, yeah.
$30 for a little painkiller thing.
It's the Ginchy moms.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Your mother, I bet you she has some somewhere.
Your mom's got CBD?
I bet you Michelle's bought some
She has so
somewhere.
much stuff. We don't know.
Yeah, we tried to buy her a King Triton for her birthday. It just came out.
What's a King Triton?
It's a pop.
Well, King Triton from Little Mermaid, her
Oh,
dad.
okay.
It's a bigger one, oh, this would be nice. Look at this. Text her. Oh, I bought it last week when I was at Kohl's. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Why do I deal with
She
it?
Yeah, I
ruins
know.
every gift.
Yeah.
There was one belt that changed hands. It wasn't a very good event. A lot of CBD advertising. I don't know. It's what we
Was there
talk.
a lot of blood?
There was a decent amount, but not as much as there have been in the past. I was kind of lukewarm on the whole thing, so it kind of worked out that we didn't live stream it because it just wasn't very entertaining. The other thing that happened last night was good, too. There was a UFC fight event that happened last night. Valentino Shevchenko actually got a
Shevchenko, yeah, I know.
Yeah, big fan. I know Steve's a big fan of Shevchenko.
He sold me the mochi ice cream.
No, it's a chick.
Did you
She
know it
beat
was a
Liz
girl?
Carmouche.
Who?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good fight. It went 5 rounds. The big thing that happened was this one guy, Nick Perry, got his nose just destroyed. If you got a chance,
I saw that online.
yes, go
It's
ahead and
so
Google
bad.
it. He took a knee and his nose went. Whoop.
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
to
Dude, it's
so
brutal.
bad. I've seen that.
He also was bleeding like a pig, man. It was crazy. He
There's
lost.
your
but-
$25.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty crazy. But that was the UFC. Now, this weekend coming up, there's a really good pay-per-view. You got Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier 2 is going to happen. There's a handful of other people that are on it. Anthony Pettis, Nate Diaz is on this. This is a decent pay-per-view. I would say much better than the one that
What
was
are they charging
previous.
for pay-per-views these days?
$60.
60
It's
still?
it's 60. And then Yoel Romero's fighting. These are 3 really good fights. I'll be curious because I'm too cheap to pay for the pay-per-view, but I'll be curious to see. I'll watch some prelim stuff like that. But it was a good weekend. The bare knuckle stuff was a little disappointing in the product, but other than that, it was a good weekend.
Oh, man. So there you go. UFC, bare knuckle fighting. Oh, Holly's up to date now. She saw the guy's nose go with the 3 different
was
people.
I
Wow,
did
dude.
actually. I wasn't on that.
Did you
I saw
cringe when
that.
you watched it? Did you go,
I didn't watch it. I just saw the photo.
He took a knee and then came up, and you saw it just go. Oh,
yeah, and it was like.
God. And then the
mushed.
guy got him into a freaking chokehold, was holding him. He was just bleeding and just pouring blood for like a minute and a half. It was pretty crazy.
ugh, so gross.
Yeah.
So,
I got to tell you, before you get into the news, this Disney stuff, man, is fantastic.
I can't wait.
I'm telling you, this is. So I just got done talking about the MMA stuff here. Disney Plus, $12.99. They're coupling in Hulu and ESPN Plus for that. I don't know if you're
coming for Netflix
crazy.
throat.
This is a fantastic deal, man. We kind of touched on it last week. They really, I mean,
what do you get in ESPN Plus, I guess?
what's that? ESPN Plus is all those UFC events because again, they abandoned the UFC Fight Pass and it's all on ESPN Plus now. You also get the Peyton's Places stuff too. I didn't talk about that, but that's pretty funny. It's him doing the 100 years of the NFL and it's Peyton Manning going around. It's really funny. Anyway, ESPN Plus, I paid almost $8 a month for the year of ESPN Plus. Let alone with Hulu and Disney. Oh my God, folks, this is
We're in. I think it's
You
in
gotta
October
be.
it comes in.
this
Oh,
is-
side note, CBS and AT&T started smooching. They got back together.
Oh,
Our CBS
okay.
is now back.
I haven't checked it yet.
We were this close to yanking it out of the house.
DirecTV Now is getting relabeled into that AT&T. They've sent a pop up to it now. The AT&T Now or something like that is going to be the DirecTV Now is going to relabel to that and stuff like that. But the point was Steve was going to talk about this, and I just cut him off because I am super excited for this. I mean,
Hey,
So much. Well,
the
not
only
other
question
ones.
I
just want
have
the
though
Disney.
is what tier Hulu are you getting? Are you getting the
it
commercial
has
free?
ads. It has ads.
Okay, so it's the low. It's the
It's like the
$4.99
it's the
tier.
$6 a month.
$6 a month tier.
Is what they said. But that's
Can you
still-
go like so? My Netflix, I pay $15.99 to get the 4K tier. Can I give you $15.99 and get the commercialless Hulu, ESPN Plus, and DS?
I bet you can. I don't know off the top of my
What
head.
a deal, folks!
Charles,
telling you,
Charles
man.
is ready. Lorna wants
Dude,
her
I'm
Disney.
take my
He
loot,
wants the
dude,
ESPN Plus.
immediately.
Oh, I want it. 'cause
I'm
I
so
want that.
excited for Disney.
This is, I mean,
get
this
that
is a
Disney
great
stock up there.
value, man. It really is. I don't know. They must be getting us hooked, and they're going to jack that later. There's just no way.
Oh well, I mean, they own all 3, right? Pretty much own Hulu now.
Well, that's what you were saying with the. Don't they own Fox?
Yeah.
So that's how, like to your point, they own Hulu. So that's why the BH90210 thing immediately came to Hulu.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I was wondering why that went so fast. So exciting. So what is Charles saying? ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus all together for $12.99 a month, the same price you'd pay for Netflix. You're getting
a free
services.
service, basically.
Yeah, you're getting 3 services in one for the price of one Netflix.
That's crazy.
They're coming for Netflix throat. And after watching Orange is the New Black, Netflix deserves it. Because that was terrible. So there you go. The little streaming news. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on that. I think Charles and I will both be getting it. Holly,
We'll
yeah,
definitely
you
have-
already said you have to.
Yeah,
I
I-
want it.
Reviews are incoming.
I'll
Day
be watching
one, take
the-
my money.
the Malloy.
I'm so excited.
It's
I want
good.
to watch
It
all the
is
TV
good,
shows I used
folks.
to watch.
Yeah, yeah. And,
The
you know,
amount of-
Hulu has a lot of old TV shows too.
Yeah, they have Big
So,
Time
A
Rush.
lot of old.
I didn't know
I
about
don't know
Big
what
Time
that
Rush.
is,
but-
but yeah. It just the amount of content for $12.99 is astronomical,
Yeah,
folks.
you'll have your money's worth there. Now we mentioned this last week, so I thought Andy Serkis, Gollum fame, stuff
He
like
is
that.
officially
He's
directing.
officially the new director of Venom. Did you like the first Venom, Holly? You saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he will be the new director. He made the leap from acting
Is
to
Venom
directing.
going to be bad in this one?
No, he's going to be fighting Carnage.
That's
so-
his
so
main. That's Topher
Venom's
Grace,
still
right?
good?
Isn't Topher Grace playing Carnage?
No, Woody Harrelson.
So
Topher-
Venom's still
Was Topher
He's
Grace?
technically
in
technically
Ant-Man?
good.
Topher Grace was in Spider-Man 3. It hasn't been related to it
Wasn't
since.
that? Yeah, wasn't that?
He was
like-
Venom.
Oh, he's Venom.
He was the most miscast character ever.
I just love Topher Grace. I don't know. I like that '70s show.
Yeah, so there you go. Andy Serkis, now a full-time director with Venom. Now, I've always bitched about digital stuff sometimes, and especially the games.
Showing your age.
DuckTales is being pulled from digital. Now, if you already bought it,
Why is this? Do you know?
I think the Disney contract with Capcom is expiring again. Capcom makes it.
So if I had it, do I get to keep it?
You
I
get
just
to
cannot
keep
do
it,
future purchase.
But they're removing it from all stores. So if you want to buy it now. This is the downside.
Didn't they make
Disney.
hard copies of this game as well?
Some, yeah. Some
Okay.
stores carried it. But you can still find them here and there. So this is the problem with digital. They yank it, they pull it. You just can't get it anymore.
You're at the whim of.
Now, here's my question. If you owned it and you uninstalled it, but you still have the rights to it, can you re-download it? I don't know.
So you're saying your hard drive took a dump and it was attached to your gamer ID?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah. Do they still let you re-download
Good
it?
question.
I don't think they will, but maybe. Holly, you buy those blind boxes all the time, right?
Yeah, it's just addicting.
And doesn't it tell you
Blind boxes of what?
figures? I'm talking about little
That's
vinyl
so
figures.
rough, man.
She
It's
is
addicting.
when it's in a package, not a box.
I feel them. I'm so good at
She
that.
is
you
the
got
package
to.
whisperer. She's
But you
really good at
have to. I mean, it's so rude that they do that
when
to
I was
you.
when I was like 8. I was like, I need this one. I was addicted.
When we went on a vacation to Port Huron, we went to the one Walmart. Michelle was looking for certain ones. I swear to God, in the Walmart, I just pulled a knife, started pulling the package.
yeah?
I was like, "It's this one."
I guarantee you that's a problem with it. But
Yeah,
I
it's so
think that I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of on your side in this scenario because it's not fair to do to people. Like
Yeah, I know.
back in the day when you bought a figure, you saw what it was. 90% of Lorna's figures, we don't know what we're buying.
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
annoying.
blind
And you get
buys.
3 or 4 of the same one.
Yeah, what the hell?
But I was going to ask you, the vinyl figures in Hot Topics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On the back, doesn't it give you the odds of
Yes,
getting?
it does.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Some of them are like 1 out of 106.
And that, of course, that's the one you want.
So it'll break down in a checklist
Yeah.
style and give
like
you
Harry
the odds.
Potter's 1 for 5.
Oh, okay.
Hermione's 1 for 4.
Like one time, me and my mom,
Voldemort's 1 for 164.
me and my mom went one time. We wanted Inside Out ones. She got 3 of the same one, and she was like, wait, I thought it was it's a new box. It's not even. That's not even the odds. And they're like, oh, we mixed in the old box with it. And my mom was so mad.
Yeah, it's the box is even harder because you can't. At least with the Legos,
You can weigh
feel
them.
the package.
You can weigh the boxes. Me and my mom
We
sit
can
there.
bring a scale.
No, we like
Hold on.
we pull up.
And then, like, you need, like, a micro scale for this.
Me and mom, we weigh them in our
This is
hands. We go,
crazy.
this one's heavier, this one's lighter, and we put them in like order.
I just think that I
They'll
get
sit there
why
for
companies
hours.
went down this road, but shame on these companies.
Yeah.
Like, really?
They need the blind box in the store is fine, but then you should be able to go online to their store and buy the ones you're missing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to fix this. I'll be
Like
honest with you.
Funko, because Funko does a lot of these.
That's all Funko is
yeah, yeah.
now.
So you bought
Funko's all blind buys?
Well, they
not
sell
the
their
pops.
pops.
Oh, I'm like,
But
the pops are
Funko
blind?
makes a
No.
lot more stuff.
They
than
do make
Pops.
mystery pops now too. They even do that.
So they had a
It's just-
DuckTales series, for instance, and I want Scrooge, but I wasn't
Yeah.
going to buy 37 boxes.
Yeah,
to get
forget
Scrooge.
you.
So if I bought 3 or 4 boxes, I got Huey, I got Scrooge, and I
get
got
you, yeah.
Launchpad.
And then you got some random character.
Yeah, I
they
should
always
be able
throw
to
in
go,
a crap character.
I should be able to go to Funko.com and buy the ones I'm missing. You right? Anyways,
See, I don't know
we're
how to
getting
fix this.
sidetracked.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just brutal.
It's shady. It's almost up there with. Well, it's up there with loot boxes in video games because that's the original
but there's
point.
been legislation that has gone against this stuff.
Yeah.
I know in certain countries they can't do it. It's like Sweden and a handful of they talked about on the Bombcast. Like
Oh, mystery boxes.
you
Yeah.
can't do loot boxes.
Those
Well,
are
that-
all over eBay and YouTube now.
Yeah, you play. Well, we're talking about in video games.
Fortnite and stuff like that.
Now you
Yeah.
played Star Wars with me. When we
Yeah.
get those boxes, we don't know what we're gonna get.
Those are all over Fortnite too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pay for those boxes.
Well, now the government is making them put odds. So if you get this box, you have a 1 in 5 chance to get a lightsaber. You
But
have a
then
10
let me ask the
chance-
question: like, how do you, to her point with Michelle and like the odds are the odds? How do I then like hold you accountable to it?
What do you mean?
What? Okay, so I'm a kid. I'm a crazy kid. And I bought 10 boxes, and it was said 1 in 5 should be this, 1 in 10 should be that, and I didn't get the 1 in 10.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
How do I then go and who do I complain to? Do I file a class action lawsuit against
I
Fortnite?
don't know. That's a good question.
Jeez.
But at least they're trying to do something, and they're putting odds up there. I think they should just ban them totally.
That's what I'm saying.
And just let
Like
the
at
kids
some
buy what they
point,
wanna
like
buy,
yeah.
But loot boxes in video games now have to show odds, and then of course the blind figures Holly and Michelle buy, they show the odds, but it still doesn't help many. They still
Yeah.
get a lot of doubles.
That's tough. Dude.
It's dumb. Those get annoying.
But I mean, it's down to every toy is like that. Like
all the LOL dolls.
they had these fun toys that were wrapped in a burrito shell called Cutitos that I thought was just the
yeah, they're
coolest
stuffed
thing.
animals. They're,
They're
so
fantastic.
cute. They're so
a
cute.
Cutito. I was like, this is the coolest thing. I got to buy this. And it comes in like a little cloth
Burrito.
flour shell. It's like a burrito, and you unwrap it like a Chipotle burrito. This is the coolest thing ever. But again, it's a blind buy, so you have no idea
How much per burrito?
$14 or something.
Oh,
like
it's blind
12?
at $14.
It's like $12 or $13 at the least. It's crazy, man.
How
All
much
those
do you think
LOL
one Funko
dolls.
Pop blind box is? It's $10.
I thought there were 7.
Dude, you're old. All that stuff. You can get these little
I
bitty
am, but
toys
that's
for like
fun.
$7.
Yeah, LOL
man.
dolls, the whole thing. That's so huge, and they're all blind. All of them.
But to the point of what you had just said, you can't go to the manufacturers, but you can definitely go on eBay and fill in the holes.
Yeah. But
But
I
then
still feel this.
You want the one that everyone really wants. You're going to pay up the
yeah,
butt
it's
for
gonna
it.
be $29.95.
I agree, but on them for buying all the other ones. I don't know what you do.
There were, Michelle was big into the Lego figures, like she wanted the Simpsons, and she wanted the Simpsons. There were some websites where you could trade, like, hey, I got a bar.
Okay, that's cool.
But that was sketchy. It's like some people acknowledge
Yeah,
it,
it
some
didn't
don't.
show up,
and then
yeah.
you ship it out and never see your stuff. So, but eBay is probably the biggest answer for those. Yeah. Now NBA 2K20 will include every. Now this is kind of funny. WNBA team with full rosters. The only reason that's funny because NBA Live already did it last year, so
okay.
they're not the first breaking.
I thought this
ground.
was interesting. I
Yeah.
had never heard of a game doing that. I'm curious to see what value this brings because are people really looking to play with WNBA teams?
I mean, it's a good change of pace, but I highly doubt it. It's kind of one of those novelty things.
Do you
Does
get
that
the-
mean women's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a women's professional basketball league that nobody watches.
Yeah,
I don't know how it's been in business so long, but
I would assume corporate sponsors, like people who go to like corporate events and stuff like that. Hey, we can go to the Sparks game and we'll
Yeah.
take 15 buddies and we'll sell them some new flooring.
But like we said earlier, NBA 2K19 was one of the best-selling games last year, so that is a big franchise. I've always played them on and off. I've never. Have you gotten heavy into?
No,
any
not at
basketball?
all.
No.
But I know they're huge to the
They're
point.
very
but-
popular.
Yeah, I was going to say school. That's
lot
the
of kids
game
playing-
everyone plays.
More than med
It's kind of neck and neck, I'd argue, probably.
A lot of kids
with
like
the sports guys. Yeah.
basketball is more popular than football at my school.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's getting
Crazy.
up there. So there you go, a little look at those things, blind boxes, everything else. Now, the last thing we're going to end with, and Charles told me about this one earlier. First off, did you not meet Bernie Sanders in WC?
We did. Ask
in
Miss
Washington,
Coleman.
D.C.?
She was so excited about this.
Holly had no
She was
idea who
over
he
the
was.
moon. She was like, "Oh my God, look!" And everyone was just like, "Eh," and we kept walking. Nobody else cared.
I met him at the hotel. He stayed at the hotel with us, and that's where I met him as well.
We saw him. I don't
Cool
know.
dude in real life. He was
I don't
bitching
remember
about
what
a, he's
building it
bitching about a
was.
cheeseburger. It's kind of funny.
Well, the point of this is, Holly, you remember Joe Rogan, right? Fear Factor, all that good stuff.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
It's one of the most popular podcasts.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's up there,
fantastic.
not including your 20-something.
He almost has as many listeners as we do. Close, but you know.
Close.
neck and neck. Anyways, what he did, he had an hour-long podcast. He put Bernie Sanders on there. Now, we're not political on this podcast, whatever else. Republican, Democrat, whatever you want to vote for, that's fine. The point of this is, it was an hour-long.
It gave him a forum to explain his views.
Yes. And up until this point, anything I've ever seen about Bernie Sanders, he was a crazy socialist that wants to give everybody everything for free. And he has no real plans.
Yeah.
After listening to him for an hour on Joe
And
Rogan,
giving him time to articulate his answers, I thought,
yes,
was really fascinating.
He had explanations for everything.
He
everything
can tell you
seemed
how
logical.
to pay for stuff. Yeah.
I just think, and my point on all this is, I would like to see more candidates do this. Like go
Long format
doesn't
stuff.
have to be Joe Rogan. It could be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Because the problem
it
is
could be
with
Adam Carolla.
To the point of what you're saying, the debates only give you 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you're trying to explain healthcare for all in a minute.
Yeah. Good luck.
It's nearly impossible.
Hold up flashcards.
And what Steve is saying, and I agreed with him with it, is like it gave you a chance to actually have, here's a question, what do you think about this? And then let me articulate that. And it wasn't long-winded, but it just gave them a window with which to I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah, instead of 30 seconds, it got 10 to 15 minutes, and there was no one rushing him. It was just a conversation between him and Joe Rogan.
Great format.
I liked it a lot. And you got to learn a lot about it, a lot what he stood on. And,
but to your point, you wish that more candidates would reach out in these kind of formats.
Yes.
And then now that's a good way for you to form an opinion on how this person actually kind of comes off and how they actually respond to
and
stuff.
maybe they are doing it on weird YouTube channels that we don't know
Or like
about.
Charlie Rose.
But they got to go on
mainstream
stuff.
yeah.
Joe Rogan, Adam Carolla, Mythical Mornings, or whatever you want to go on. Go on something the actual general audiences watch.
What I would compel you that
Kevin Smith, something.
And agreeing with what you're saying, but at the same time too, with your candidates, what you should do is also on most of their websites, you can see where they stand on the plans. Now, the nice part about the Joe Rogan thing that Steve's referring to, he could not only tell you where he stands from, but he could explain and kind of expound upon
and I've seen those websites, and some of it's broken up and moving around. But no, do you really sit and read all that?
Well,
on
that's
those
what I'm
websites?
saying.
When you just hear the guy explain it, it's much easier.
It is.
All
I
that stuff.
agree, but it's just one of those things where I thought it was. He came off really well and all that kind of stuff, and then like Steve was saying too, he didn't just come off crazy. He's saying, "Hey, I want to do this, and here's how I would."
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's the information that you need.
And if he showed up on Mythical Mornings, Holly might have had an idea who he was.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
AP
like, no,
government,
no.
folks.
She wouldn't have watched that episode. Who's this crazy old man? I'm not watching this episode.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, and I'm with Steve. I would love to see a Beto O'Rourke go into this, Kamala Harris.
I liked it better than even the late night shows. Like when Obama's on a late night show.
They only give him 5 minutes.
It's 5-10 minutes and half of it's ass kissing.
I agree. It was a great hour, and like I said, just his ability to explain was, you know what I'm saying? So when you sit there and say, hey, I think he's feeling this way, and here's how he's going to do it, that's what you want. That's that information that you need, you know?
It was very informative, and I wish more candidates on both sides, Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
Just get on there. Because I don't think they're all whack jobs, some. But, I mean, get on there, explain your stuff.
I think that we live in a world now where, and that's where I do like a podcast format like a Joe Rogan and stuff like that. When you can have a conversation, even if someone you don't agree with completely, you can at the same time kind of see where they're coming from. Whereas, like you said, in the soundbite world, you don't get to see that. And it was really cool.
Yeah, if Shawn Mendes was running for office and he got to go on Joe Rogan and explain his things, you'd listen to it, right? I
would listen to anything if he was talking.
Oh, my God. Can you read the phone book and you would just sit there and watch it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jim Johnson, 740.
Wow, you're that in love with this guy.
Yes.
You are an online stalker.
Also a strong yes.
Oh, man. So let me ask you this. If you didn't just buy that Apple Watch, and that Comic-Con in Chicago, and I said, Holly, we're going to go to that Comic-Con. We're going to have a good time.
Dude, it was
in
not sold
October.
out.
If it was not sold out and there was $200 left for an autograph or a personal photo with Tom Holland.
I thought you got both.
Huh?
I thought you got both.
Well, whatever it is. The $200. Would you spend the $200 on that Tom Holland or the $200 on the Apple Watch?
Probably.
What? I didn't hear your answer.
I don't know. Probably Tom Holland.
I thought your friend said the Apple Watch was kind of not worth those.
Yeah, but then my other two friends, I was like, man. See, they agree with me, so I bought it. but Tom Holland, probably. If it was Shawn Mendes, I'd pay more than $200.
Whoa.
So your number one boo is Shawn Mendes.
Yes.
Number 2 is Tom Holland.
Yeah.
What's number 3?
Holly wants to be in the meeting. That's
Keanu Reeves.
Who? I don't know.
Is that like someone's grandpa?
Everyone loves
I don't know who that
Keanu right
is.
now.
Not under the age of 20.
Who else? Who's number 3?
Number 3?
There really isn't a number 3.
Oh, David Dobrik. I love David Dobrik.
I don't know who that is.
It's my clickbait hoodie.
He's a YouTube douche.
All
Love
right, and
Dick.
on that note, folks, you can reach us.
Watch us on YouTube. All right, so we like to thank Holly and her weird crushes.
Hey,
You just
I'll
killed
have
the
you
show.
know, so many people like Tom Holland. As you can tell, because all 6 things that were $200
Well,
were sold
yeah,
out.
I mean, 200. That kid's making some cash on that Comic-Con. Big disappointment this week was the Mochi ice cream. Sorry, didn't like it.
These donuts right here, though,
Donuts are
lovely.
delicious. I think-
It's gone.
Sally left none for her mom.
There is
Nothing but
one-
vapor.
You left.
I've got
we're
a
really gonna
regular-
take a box with one piece.
No,
I got a regular Krispy
I looked
Kreme
for
in
it.
the fridge for you to take home too. So, plain glaze.
She I don't want that. I want the
We'll take that home to your mom. Then there you go.
All right, so we're gonna wrap us up and catch us on Little Guys. God, I'm screwed up.
Jeez, you're
Fat Guys
messing.
on Little Podcast.
It's all the sugar. It's getting to him.
I know, I'm all
The
screwed up.
sugar's reaching its high.
iTunes, Google Play, everywhere. You can catch us, of course, on Facebook and, of course, YouTube, but not with David Dobrik. Yeah.
Dude.
Or with Shawn Mendes. Until next week with our football preview, we'll have BV, Eric Wigginton, myself, and Charles will be talking all of our expertise on football, college and pro.
Picks.
So all the women will be tuning out next week. So all those guys will be talking football. Until next week, I am Steve.
Charles.
And we'll catch you next time.